97.5 The Fanatic is giving you a quick way to listen to Philadelphia Sports Talk Radio using your Amazon Echo. First, enable the skill one time by saying, Alexa, enable 97.5 The Fanatic. Then say, Alexa, open 97.5 The Fanatic. Now you can get Philadelphia's The Fanatic anywhere you have an Amazon Echo. Then when you're done listening to 97.5 The Fanatic in the car, switch to your Amazon Echo and switch to Geico if you need homeowners, renters, motorcycle, or RV insurance. Get it at geico.com. Yingling Traditional Lager is a taste of amber gold that comes from America's oldest brewery. It's a beer that drinks well and tastes the way beer is supposed to. Born from a tradition of hard work and sacrifice. It brings with it all the know-how to doing a thing well for nearly 200 years affords. Yingling Traditional Lager from America's oldest brewery. Respect. It's earned. 18 Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Please drink responsibly. 97.5 The Fanatic Sports.
Better on the run. I'm Natalie Eganoff. This Sports Center update is brought to you by Discover Card. Discover Card will match all the cash back that new card members earn at the end of the first year, dollar for dollar. Learn more at discover.com/match. Limitations apply. The Eagles divisional playoff game will be Saturday, January 13th at 4:35 p.m. Wild Card Week will determine the opponent. It'll be the New Orleans Saints, the Carolina Panthers, or the Atlanta Falcons. Doug Peterson spoke today on the run game.
We've got some good work, obviously, the last couple of weeks with Nick, and we'll go back and evaluate all of that. We have to get better in the run game. That helps any quarterback, obviously. We've got to get better there. And then just take a look at what his strengths are.
Sal Powell joins us today at 5:15. The Sixers have announced Markelle Fultz has been cleared to begin his final stage of his return to play program. Philly weather, it's 24 and sunny. You're listening to Philadelphia's football station. You're home for the Sixers and Flyers, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Eagles kept a goose egg in the final regular season game against the Cowboys. The result was meaningless, but the play of Nick Foles and the offense has Eagles fans nervous heading into the playoffs as the #1 seed. The march to Minneapolis is now officially underway, and we're talking birds. 97.5 The Fanatic.
Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep.
47, Mike Snelly Show, 97.5 The Fanatic. Flyers in the big tilt tonight. Paul Martinez with his suit on. He just loves to wake up when there's a Flyers game on and he's going down to the barn.
Oh my
God, that's right. Yeah, that's right. The Penguins. He gets extra excited when it's the Penguinos.
The city, though.
What?
Going down to the barn. See my boy play the Penguinos.
No one cares.
Oh, man. Anyway, we got bigger fish to fry. We're not talking about the Sixers today. We got to digest this whole situation. What happened on Sunday. But that was a disgraceful display of football. It really was. It was a waste of hours of your life that you'll never get back. And then I'm looking at these tweets talking about how good Nate Sudfeld's looking. I'm going, what the hell are you looking at?
Let's begin the Sacramento Kings.
That's Kevin Michael. God. Let's go to Peter in West Contra Hockey. You're on 97.5 Fanatic.
It's actually Steven.
Steven, go ahead, buddy. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, Michael, first of all, I watched that game and I didn't pay for it, and I want a refund. So I want to get a refund.
Yeah, the fans that watched it should get a refund.
Yeah. And then these people that are crying about Carson Wentz shooting ducks. First of all, I got 2 points to say on that. Number one, they must think there's not much difference between killing dogs and shooting geese. What do you think?
That's a point.
Get that out your mouth.
Listen, I just got some email.
You did your homework?
You didn't get back. I had to get these.
Because I confused him. Hold on a second. He's right. Because this is why you're a joke. This is why you're a joke. This is his headline. This is why you're a joke.
No happy holidays?
No happy holidays. His name's Brian Kabrinsky. We'll put his name out there. since he's being nasty enough to send me this email, and I'll put his name out there. Let him own it. So he says, of course, I hate people that misspell your in the context. It's Y-O-U-R-D. Y-O-U-R-E. But anyway, he says your, Y-O-U-R. 100% okay with people disrespecting the flag, and you don't give a flying bleep about the people that are offended by that. Well, where did I say that? Nobody's disrespecting the flag if they're protesting. They're disrespecting a societal problem, not the flag. All right? So it's a little different. You got to see through that. All the protests in America weren't exactly disrespecting the flag. They were disrespecting the social injustice. Okay? He said, but God forbid a country boy posts a picture of his kill and you go off the rails, it's offensive, he's an idiot. Last time I checked, it's not against the law to post pictures of your kill. If you're too soft to see a couple animals dead, then go join PETA. I hunt, and so do my friends, and we always post pictures of our kill. Well, probably makes you feel like your manhood is a couple inches bigger. But you're just a sheltered city guy that can't handle it. All right, well, first of all, I'm not a sheltered city guy that can't handle it. In fact, I have shot a shotgun, and I've killed an animal. All right? What I say is, there's no upside to posting a picture of 12 dead geese lined up. There's no upside to that. Now, you want to be a hunter? I totally respect it. I respect hunting. I respect hunters. What I'm saying is, the guy has to know he's going to get flack by posting a photo of a death line of geese. I'm not against him killing the geese. Go knock yourself out. What's the upside of posting a picture about it? What does it do? Does it make you feel more like a man? You killed the geese. You were the marksman enough to kill the geese. Shouldn't that be enough? I mean, what's the upside of the photo? You're thrusting out your nipples?
All right.
I mean, that's the way I look at it. For him to be astonished that he got flack for a death line of geese is like, you're not as smart as I think you are, Carson. Throw your nipples out there. Not that I'm out there, honey. Trust them at all. And I'm not going to join PETA. And I understand culling the herd and all that stuff. I get it. And if you want to kill geese, that's fantastic. It's sport. What is the upside of posting the picture of the dead geese? If anybody can give me a good answer to that, I'll listen to it. Tim and Charlotte, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Tim.
Hey, well, how are you?
What's up, Tim?
Hey, man, I think everybody will sleep a lot better at night if they just come to the realization that this team is garbage without Carson Wentz. They're not going to go anywhere. They're not going to do anything.
You know, why would you have an attitude like that? Why? What's the upside for your attitude like that? Why does that make you feel better?
Because it doesn't make you feel better.
Then try to look at it the other way, because you can just as easily do that. Now, I laid out a scenario where the Carolina Panthers come in and Cam Newton plays like a goofball, and you win that game.
Cam Newton's not going to play like a goofball.
Why not? He plays like a goofball every other day.
I mean, he's got to play better than Nick Foles.
Okay. There's no guarantee he's going to play better than Nick Foles. He's thrown for under 200 yards, I think, in 7 of their victories. Something like that.
Well, I can't see Nick Foles winning any game against any one of these teams. I mean, you look at these guys, the Carolina Panthers are going to put up points regardless. I mean, they've got plenty of ways to put up points. Drew Brees will pick them apart.
Well, how do the Carolina Panthers have a ton of ways to put up points? What are you afraid of with their offense?
McCaffrey.
Funches. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Come on. I mean,
Seriously. Who's their running back?
Jonathan Stewart.
Okay. But Jonathan Stewart's 100 years old. You're afraid of Jonathan Stewart?
I am more afraid of the Carolina Panthers than I am of this evil team.
I'm not, because this quarterback is up and down. And if you get him on a down day, you win that game.
Well, I mean, people will sleep a lot better at night if they just get over the fact that this team is not going to do anything.
Okay, I don't know what your upside is for that. I really don't. Like, what? Why have an attitude like that? Now, I understand that Nick Foles is not giving you any confidence. But why have an attitude that this team is done? You don't know that they're done. Things will break the right way for them. And I've laid out a couple of ways that things can break right for them. A game plan that plays to the quarterback's strengths, where he doesn't have to do that much, and a flimsy team that's coming in here in cold weather. I look at Cam Newton's numbers this year: 22 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. His quarterback rating is 80.7. That's average.
And it was 8 times that he threw under 200 yards.
8 times that he threw for under 200 yards. He's the guy I want. He's the only guy I want. 610-632-0975. Mike Missanelli shows on 97.5 The Fanatic.
The regular season is over, and now the postseason looms. Nick Foles will lead a shaky Eagle offense into the playoffs. With a strong defense, we're talking Eagles playoff football on 97.5 The Fanatic.
You work in any of the trades, you want more cash in your pocket today. Then go to Armor Metals and Recycling, where they'll pay you top dollar for all metals, wires, motors, computers, peripheries, and more. Armor Metals and Recycling has a tractor-trailer accessible large, 6-acre facility, magnet service, 70-foot truck scale, 2 non-ferrous scales, container service, and loading dock to scale for large palletized shipments. Armor Metals and Recycling is one of the few facilities with analyzing capabilities on premises for exotic metals like carbide, cobalt, and nickel. Can't make it to Armor Metals and Recycling? No problem. They'll come to you. Get paid on site with Armor's weight and pay mobile service available.
Hey, Isaiah, come here. Come here. Who just walked in the house? Jay. Who just came in the house?
Recycling. Located at 8300 National Highway, behind Pensacola High School in Pensacola, New
Time to
Jersey.
get in.
856-665-6715 or ArmorMetalsRecycling.com. That's ArmorMetalsAndRecycling.com.
There's a place in Pennsylvania where the aroma of freshly baked bread takes you back to a kinder, gentler time. A time when families still gather together to enjoy a handmade tomato pie. When traditional recipes and fresh ingredients combine for an authentic old-world taste. That time, that place still exists at Corporalese Bakery and Deli. Since 1924, the Corporalese family has been sharing their favorite foods and flavors with their favorite Philadelphians. Hand-carved deli meats and cheeses, freshly baked breads, rolls, cookies, pies, and more. And of course, the world-famous Corporalese tomato pie, voted best in Philadelphia in 2014. Corporalese Bakery and Deli in Norristown, Limerick, and Douglasville, where 4 generations of pride go into everything they make.
No, you ain't taking it off.
Party treats, specialty cakes, and stromboli. Take yourself back to a better time at Corporalese Bakery and Deli, where nostalgia isn't just a word, it's an ingredient. Learn more at CorporalesBakery.com.
This is Jeff Mosher here with Pat Callahan to talk a little This Week in Pro Football each and every Saturday at 10 a.m. right here on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Jeff, my boy, the NFC is stacked, and even with that number 11, the Birds are still on top of the heap. And getting to the big dance will not be easy.
Can Nicky franchise fill a very big pair of cleats and get this team to end a 57-year tour of the football desert?
Did anyone challenge New England and Pittsburgh for AFC supremacy? Was that a catch? Can we have an incomplete pass without a flag? And will you stop reaching for that pylon?
Sal Palantonio will join us to help answer those questions, Pat, with other top-notch gridiron guests as we roll through the playoffs right up to Super Bowl 52.
We'll do some dreaded picks, Jeff. Remember some football greats, so where are they now? And more demonic trivia that Mosher can't answer.
That's true. Don't miss a minute of This Week in Pro Football every Saturday from 10 a.m. to noon, right here on 97.5 The Fanatic.
The Philadelphia area campus of Connecticut School of Broadcasting is conducting a search for new talent. The next audio video producers, sports broadcasters, entertainment reporters. Is this you or someone you know? Call 1-800-TV Radio or visit GoCSB.com. With this ever-changing world of digital content, companies are looking for talent. For over 52 years, Connecticut School of Broadcasting has placed thousands. Call our Philadelphia area campus today. 1-800-TV Radio or visit GoCSB.com. Who doesn't love watching sports? The only thing more exciting than watching sports is being a part of the action, working in a career in sports broadcasting. And there's no better place to get the training you need than at Connecticut School of Broadcasting. For over 52 years, we've placed thousands of grads in rewarding careers. Connecticut School of Broadcasting with a campus right here in the Philadelphia area. Call 1-800-TV Radio or visit GoCSB.com. That's 1-800-TV Radio or GoCSB.com.
Amco knows nothing can break your
You
budget
just
like
work for stuff.
car repair. That's why they offer convenient payment options. Now through December 31st,
Just work.
get a $200 Visa prepaid card by mail with a purchase of $750 or more made with your Amco credit card. Plus, pay no interest if your account is paid in full in 12 months on purchases up to $199 or more. Offer subject to credit approval. See a participating Amco dealer or visit amco.com for details. That's AA MCO. Transmissions and a whole lot more.
Yingling became America's oldest brewery by staying true to the values it was founded on way back in 1829. Hard work, perseverance, and earning respect. We're still here today because we brew amber gold that tastes the way beer is supposed to taste. Yingling Traditional Lager from America's oldest brewery. Respect. It's earned. It's a Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Please drink responsibly.
97.5 The Fanatic is an equal opportunity employer and is dedicated to performing broad outreach to fill job vacancies at the station. We seek the help of local community organizations in referring qualified applicants to our station. Community organizations that wish to receive our job postings should contact the Fanatic Business Office by calling 610-771-9750. We also encourage listeners to visit bbgi.com, where you'll find an online listing of job openings at Beasley Broadcast Group Incorporated.
Period. This is 97.5 The Fanatic. WPN Burlington, Philadelphia. Beasley Media Group Station broadcasting from the Xfinity Studios, only from Comcast.
Throw your nipples out there. Put them out there. Trust them. All right. 3 o'clock hour. Mike Musnelli Show. 97.5 Fanatic. 3 o'clock hour is brought to us by Corporal's Bakery Dell. Your store and odd bonds now open for tomato pie, spread, pastry, sandwiches. The negativity that is overwhelming the Eagle fan base. You know, I read a tweet by Tony Dungy. He said, don't worry about it, Eagle fan. The NFC title game is going to be in Philadelphia. That's what he said. All right. Listen, I am not here today to pronounce them dead. I'm not going to do it. It's just illogical to pronounce them dead. Despite the fact that I don't like this quarterback and I made no bones about it. There are a couple things that can break right for the Eagles to the point where they win the first game. In fact, I expect them to win the first game. Now, if it's the Saints, I may have to reevaluate my position. We'll see what the line of that game is. A lot of people are saying that the Saints could be. What were those lines? The Saints were a 4.5-point favorite. If they play the Saints would be a 4.5-point favorite.
Yeah, that's what the midnight was.
That's a troubling line. But it's not impossible. It's less likely that they lose to Carolina, in my opinion. I even think they'd be an underdog against Atlanta. I fear Matt Ryan. I know I've been a Matt Ryan fan for a really long time. Matt Ryan's a pro quarterback who can move an offense. And you're still going to have to outscore him. You got to look at the teams that you don't have to outscore for the Eagles to have a chance.
Now, do you want to hear the early lines for Wild Card Weekend?
Yeah, all right, let's hear it.
New Orleans favored by 6.5 against Carolina.
No, that's substantial.
And then the Rams are also 6.5 point favorites against Atlanta.
Hey, see, Atlanta can win that game. I don't think they will, but they can.
What makes you say that? Because of Matt Ryan?
I think Matt Ryan, that offense is going to score points. It's a matter of whether they can outscore the Rams. And the Rams have a better defense, obviously.
I don't think the Falcons have a shot.
You don't think they have a shot?
No. The ground game for LA, plus Jared Goff, plus their defense at home.
And this is a playoff novice team. Let's go to Perry in New Jersey. You're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Perry.
Yes, I was thinking the other day, if I was the coach, what would I do to try to get Nick Foles to play better? Now, we have tape of him playing exceptional in years of past when he played for Philadelphia. What I would do in these next 2 weeks, I would sit him in a room, let him watch games where he played that year and played such at a high level that his confidence might get boosted to a point where he will be able to play close to that level.
Unfortunately, his confidence has to be developed in practice, which is not game speed.
Well, we have
that makes it difficult.
I understand that, but we have to. What do we have to use? We don't have much else to use.
It's really a simple formula. They got to do what Chip Kelly did. Hurry up offense, get the ball out of your hands quick. That's what they have to do. Now, if you remember back then when he played well, he had an offensive line that wasn't injured the whole year. So that helped his confidence. Now, this offensive line is leaky.
This is true. This is true. But I just know that any athlete, the number one thing that they need in order to play well is confidence.
Yeah, I like to. Can he go to the confidence store and buy something? Do they sell confidence at Target? Because he's going to have to do this in practice here, and he's going blindly into a playoff game. So I don't know where he's going to get the confidence.
Well, obviously the talent is there.
Wait. What talent? Perry, what talent is there in 2017? With all due respect. The talent in 2013 may have been there to a certain extent. What talent in 2017 exists for Nick Foles? You've watched him for the last 3 weeks.
And I think the ingredient that is missing now is confidence.
All right, well, again, we're going around in circles, and I'm dizzy. Because you don't get confidence in practice. You get confidence in game speed. That's why Sunday's game was so important. They were supposed to get him confidence. They didn't get him any confidence. In fact, it went the other way. It went the other way. And afterwards, I got a kick out of him saying, I feel great. Yeah, Holmes. I don't really care how you feel physically. What I want to know is whether you can play quarterback in the NFL in the playoffs. That's what I need to know. And I don't know that yet.
You know what worried me?
But I'm glad you feel great.
You know what worried me a little bit
when
Nick Foles was playing? It seemed like his go-to target was Torrey Smith. And that's a problem. Torrey Smith dropped the pass and opened the middle of the field. The interception was intended toward Torrey Smith. If this guy's looking for Torrey Smith to be his playmaker time,
yeah. And I'll say that because I've seen it so many times before. And I said it earlier. I had a text exchange with Brian Westbrook earlier this year. Torrey Smith is finished. And you know why? Because Torrey Smith is worried more now about getting hit than he is about catching the football. And it happens to guys. They get to a certain age, they had gone through the wars. Now, he's not old enough to really think that way, but you see, he's peaking. He's a peaker.
How that layup, though?
He's peeking behind before he's not playing testicles out football.
Well, yeah,
he's worried about getting hit. Once you reach that's you're done.
That pass that he dropped in the middle of the field that could have gone for a touchdown proves that.
Exactly. You're thinking of the hit first before you're thinking of the ball that you have to catch. And that is the sign of a man who is done in the NFL. 610-632-0975. Well, the other thing is they didn't play Ajayi. They rested him. Maybe he comes out 2 weeks, loaded for bear.
The plan is you give them the ball 20 times or more, and that's why they're keeping him out. In fact, they're keeping him out of practice. There you go. Put that on the ledger. Put that on the winning side, Andrew. So you got three things. Number one, they could play the Carolina Panthers. Number two, they have smart people who can fashion a game plan to take advantage of full strengths, whatever they may be. And number three, a fresh Ajay. The Mike Misnelli Show, back after that.
The Eagles kept a goose egg in the final regular season game against the Cowboys. The result was meaningless, but the play of Nick Foles and the offense has Eagles fans nervous heading into the playoffs as the #1 seed. The march to Minneapolis is now officially underway, and we're talking birds. 97.5, The Fanatic.
Well, wintertime, snow, I think, is in the forecast for Thursday. And you know what I say? Bring it on! Because I got a new Honda snowblower for my boys at Paul B. Moyer and Sons in Doylestown. I can't wait to use my snowblower. I used to fear it. Now, when there's snow in the forecast, you won't have to sweat it at all when you've got that Honda snowblower from Paul B. Moyer, because Honda snowblowers have easy-to-start, fuel-efficient Honda engines, powerful enough to churn through the snow. These are fantastic. And it has an easy electric start. You can pull the cord if you want, but otherwise you can just plug in an extension cord, press a button, boom. Now these babies can handle whatever old man winter dishes out. So you can literally turn driveway mountains into molehill. Looking to avoid the shovel this winter like me? Check out the complete line of Honda snowblowers today at Paul B. Moyer and Sons in Doylestown, where you get the family-owned and operated business and customer service like it used to be. If it doesn't work properly, they're going to fix it for you. Visit Paul B. Moyer and Sons showroom in Doylestown. Check us out online at Paul B. Moyer.
What you doing in there? Who?
Sports fans,
Who?
my friends at KDI Office Technology.
Stay out here. Stay out here.
He's the best. That's why we use KDI Office Technology. From solutions to service, KDI is second to none. They're all dependable. Been servicing the Philadelphia area for 28 years. KDI is the experienced and responsive team my business is counting on. KDI is also the official and exclusive office technology provider for the village. Players Union sold 97.5 The Fanatic, and that speaks volumes. Our office equipment needs to handle the
stop, man.
No downtime. KDI Office Technology keeps us running in peak.
They owe me 2 points anyway.
They'll keep your business operating 24/7 as well. Contact KDI Office Technology today for a free technology assessment. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. Just visit www.kdi-inc.com. Click on the picture, of course. That's kdi-inc.com.
Make this holiday season special with a timeless gift for everyone on your list. Time After Time offers a large selection of brands such as Pandora, Alex Ganani, Movado.
No! Not even trying to make him cut that
Choose
shit.
today's top watch and jewelry trends. Need a quick
That's all.
gift idea? Shop with beautiful holiday gifts sets by
like
Pandora
threes.
and Alex Ganani. Time After Time is the quick and convenient destination for all your holiday shopping needs. Why would you go anywhere else when you can get it all under one roof? Visit TimeAfterTimeLaunches.com to find a Time After Time location near you.
Hey guys, it's time to make those New Year's resolutions again. You know, one thing I recommend is to take a look at your auto insurance policy to see if your family is properly covered. Uninsured drivers are causing crashes throughout the region. Now, my buddy and personal injury lawyer John Cardisco and his partner Mike Sale urge you to be proactive and protect your family this year. In Pennsylvania and New Jersey, the state minimum auto insurance is $15,000. If you're injured by a careless driver, you may be only able to recover $15,000, no matter how serious your injuries. Cardisco and Sale recommend buying as much uninsured and underinsured insurance as you can afford to protect you from bad drivers. If you have insurance buying questions or if you've been seriously injured in an auto accident, contact my lifelong buddy, John Cardisco from Cardisco and Sale at csinjurylaw.com. They're a nationally recognized and award-winning team of personal injury attorneys. For over 30 years, they've been protecting accident victims in Pennsylvania and South Jersey. So to maximize your recovery, just visit csinjurylaw.com.
You work in any of the trades, you want more cash in your pocket today, then go to Armor Metals and Recycling, where they'll pay you top dollar for all metals, wires, motors, computers, peripheries, and more. Armor Metals and Recycling has a tractor-trailer accessible large 6-acre facility, magnet service, 70-foot truck scale, 2 non-ferrous scales, container service, and loading dock with scale for large palletized shipping. Armor Metals and Recycling is one of the few facilities with analyzing capabilities on premises for exotic metals like carbide, cobalt, and nickel. Can't make it to Armor Metals and Recycling? No problem. They'll come to you. Get paid on site with Armor's weight and pay mobile service available for a minimum of 500 pounds of non-ferrous metal. What are you waiting for? Get paid cash today for all metals, wires, motors, computers, and more at Armor Metals and Recycling, located at 8300 National Highway, behind Pennsauken High School in Pennsauken, New Jersey. 856-665-5715 or ArmorMetalsRecycling.com. That's ArmorMetalsAndRecycling.com.
There's a place in Pennsylvania where the aroma of freshly baked bread takes you back to a kinder, gentler time. A time when families still gather together to enjoy a handmade tomato pie. With traditional recipes and fresh ingredients combined for an authentic old world taste. That time and place still exists at Corporalee's Bakery and Deli. Since 1924, the Corporalee's family has been sharing their favorite foods and flavors with their favorite Philadelphians. Hand-carved deli meats and cheeses, freshly baked breads, rolls, cookies, pies, and more. And of course, the world-famous Corporalee's tomato pie, voted best in Philadelphia in 2014. Corporalee's Bakery and Deli in Norristown, Limerick, and Douglasville, where 4 generations of pride go into everything they make, including holy and party trays, specialty cakes, and stromboli. Take yourself back to a better time at Corporalee's Bakery and Deli, where nostalgia isn't just a word, it's an ingredient. Learn more at Corporalee'sBakery.com.
Code knows nothing can break your budget like an unexpected car repair. That's why they offer convenient payment options. Now through December 31st, get up to a $200 Visa prepaid card by mail with a purchase of $750 or more made with your AMCO credit card. Plus, pay no interest if your account is paid in full in 12 months on purchases up to $199 or more. Offer subject to credit approval. See a participating AMCO dealer or visit AMCO.com for details. That's AAMCO. Transmissions and a whole lot more.
97.5 Sports Center.
Sports Center update is brought to you by Rosenbaum & Associates. For car accidents, slip and falls, work accidents, and more, Rosenbaum Injury Law can help. Find out what Rosenbaum can do for you if you're injured by an accident. Rosenbaum. The Eagles divisional playoff game will be Saturday, January 16th at 4:35. Wild Card Week will determine the opponent. It'll be the New Orleans Saints, the Carolina Panthers, or the Atlanta Falcons. Doug Peterson spoke today on coaching.
You know, everything at this time of year now becomes magnified even more because we're in the postseason.
But now, I take better pizza every day.
Let me show you something.
South 5-15. The Sixers have announced Markel Fultz has been cleared to begin his final stage of his return to play program. The Penguins are in town to beat the Flyers with the private on the
Full steam ahead. First, we'd love to tell you what happens on Middle's Midnight Kiss, but our lips are sealed. Then, on a new fresh.
My mom is coming. She wants to help me get ready for the baby. Baby pooping the house. It's awesome. Honey burned herself in the fireplace 3 times. She learned. Yeah.
Cheers to new ABC Funny tonight.
For 17, Mike Massaggio. 4 o'clock Twitter poll, or 3 o'clock Twitter poll update is was by Warrior and Sons. I wonder if it's changed. In the first hour, I tried to give a couple of options of optimism where Eagle fans can figure out whether they can win.
Looks like you're making a little bit of an impact, actually. So the question is, where do you think the Eagles will finish the playoffs? One and done is now down to 43% when it was at 48% when we first opened it. Reached the NFC Championship, has climbed to 39% and reached the Super Bowl at 18%. I like it.
Sixers, by the way, won 2 on the road after losing that first one.
Get excited!
Again, Ben Simmons makes me crazy.
Excuse me.
Actually, it's that loss. He made me crazy.
Please.
Here are the links of Markel Fultz.
Markel Fultz apparently has been resumed for activities that would put him on target to return to the NBA basketball floor sometime in 2018. That's how vague this freaking thing is.
And sometime in 2018 would mean next season, right?
Different story.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, read exactly what the Sixers
No, remember that goal team told me what you did.
You got it, Go ahead. Now listen to this garbage
Go down to
that they have tweeted out regarding Markel Fultz.
Because Philadelphia 76ers guard Markel Fultz has been cleared to begin the final stage of his return to play program. The program consists of gradual reintegration into team practices and training, complemented with additional conditioning work to support fitness readiness and gameplay.
What?
You sent him out.
I said you wanted to meet him that you had information about
I love the people in charge.
No, it's not.
Stop taking words. All right, they don't treat us like morons.
Sacramento will take
It's
possession.
nonsense.
Sacramento making a switch here. Labissiera's checked in, and a switcher also for Washington. Saransky's checked in. Sacramento's got over 2 from Naples.
Maybe they scored 17 points.
All layups and
Caught in the air, all
55 seconds
turning the
left to
ball.
play in the first half. Fox, it's in. His third field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
One open line, 610-632-0975. Let's go to Mike in Philly. Mike, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Mike,
Hey, Mike, what's going on?
how you doing, Mike?
I'm good. I'm wondering, all the negativity that's going on in the city, I'm wondering why it's so hard for people to see what's the reason for us getting our 3 running backs. I mean, Jay Jahi, LeGarrette Blount, look at what New England has done in the last couple years. They just run the ball. Tom Brady's number 7 been fantastic in the playoffs. Why don't we look at our
Excuse me?
They haven't been fantastic in the playoffs last year, I'm saying. Like, they weren't out this world, And if we got LeGarrette Blount, we got Jay Jahi, all we have to do is just say, hey, look, we're going to run the ball 40 times. We can dictate.
Let me ask you a question. What do you think the defense is going to do if the Eagles run the ball 40 times? You think that maybe the defense is going to catch on there?
Yeah, and then that's when Nick Foles could become effective and hit him with a play-action pass. If you look at the Chip Kelly era, they had LaShawn McCoy, and Nick Foles was successful based upon the fact that Chip Kelly ran the ball more than he's doing. And that gave Nick Foles more, opportunity to throw the ball downfield off the play-action passes and quick passes. I just think that we need to utilize the 3 running backs that we have and don't put it in Nick Foles' hands as much.
Well, I think they're going to try to do that, but with all due respect, I think that the teams are going to have a way to stop that, and if they get the lead, they're going to force Nick Foles to throw the football.
Oh yeah, no, that's definitely understandable. It's just the fact that we have to try. That's the reason why we got the 3 running backs.
Well, there's some good news, because this story just broke. Tim McManus just broke this story. The Eagles, Doug Peterson is watching video from the 2013 season in order to best utilize Nick Foles. There you go.
Yeah.
That make you feel good?
That should be great. I mean, that's what you gotta do.
Okay. All right. I'm with you. 40 times is a lot, and I don't know if you can run the ball 40 times. But that's the way to do it. Let me just read the story here. Peterson's offense doesn't live in up-tempo like Kelly's did, but they do use the hurry-up a good bit and may utilize it more in the postseason to benefit Foles. I think he does thrive in it, Peterson said. Carson has obviously thrived in it when we go up-tempo. Something we'll look at and spend some time this week putting our guys in that position. The quick throw was there, Peterson said, against Dallas. A little play-action pass, the shotgun stuff, all those things that are in our system, and we might just have to dust off a few more and get that ready to go. And that's kind of what this week is for, to get some of those ideas and thoughts on paper and execute them this week in practice. Which I find very interesting, because I've said that these are probably smart offensive coaches. Only problem is that one of the offensive coaches apparently is now Bill Walsh and is getting interviewed by every other NFL team in the league. So the time that DeFilippo can be spending cultivating this situation, a lot of days are going to be used up by him getting interviewed, right?
Yeah, he's not going to be designing those quick passes for Foles.
No, that's not good. That's where Mr. Loris needs to step in and go, sorry, you can't interview until after. 2 open lines, 610-632-0975. Steve in Westchester, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Steve.
Hey, Mike, what's going on?
What's up, Stevie?
Good. I got something for you. You just addressed it. When your head coach is reviewing 2013 film from Nick Foles, I think that's a problem. When ESPN sent out notifications.
I just said that. I just said that they're looking at the 2013 film.
Right. So I think that's a problem. That comes on their phone. So.
Why is it a problem?
You got to go back and look at 2013 film.
Well, yeah, because that's when he played best. So you want to take advantage of what they did back then. Well, in 14 and 15, they didn't play the same style. Chip Kelly's style was quick hitters. Get the ball out of your hands within 2 seconds. So they did that the last couple of years in the systems that Foles played in.
I agree. You don't like Foles, right?
I am not a fan of Nick Foles. I never was.
All right, so what about Nate Suggs? Let's give him a chance.
Oh, dude, come on. Come on, Steve.
Let's do a little 2-quarterback approach. Let the rookie out there.
What do you think we're like in FCS football? We're going to put 2 quarterbacks on the field? This is pro football. This is the playoffs. Come on, man, stop.
Oh, Chip Kelly.
Stop.
Chip Kelly switcheroo.
Stop. Come on, Nate Sudfeld. Nate Sudfeld should find the biggest parka he can find, and just hover under it. And not get near anything.
That's what Nick Foles had to do. After he got taken out, you see the cutaways to the bench? He had that giant jacket on.
Yeah. Tyree in Northeast Philly. You're on 97.5 Fanatic. Tyree.
What's going on, Mike?
What's up, Tyree?
I'd love to be optimistic, but the eye test has told me completely different. But I want to make one point. One, I think you said something about Torrey Smith, and earlier in the season I was watching the Niners game, and Peter Garcon was catching everything under the sun, and the commentators go, oh, well, so the X-ray had a problem with drops, and, Peter Garcon, he had that many drops this year, and then they say Torrey Smith in the same breath, and I go, wow, what have we been having a problem with all year with Torrey Smith? Dropping the ball. So we pretty much picked up the Niners headache, and he's consistently, he did it on Sunday again. Like, he got to be the ball game that could either get us the first down or even go for it.
You know why? He's looking behind him. Yeah, he's looking to get hit. There are 3 guys. Listen, there are 3 guys really that have overcome that age thing where they're not looking. Anquan Baldwin was one of them. Larry Fitzgerald is still playing at a high level. And Garcon. When you start looking behind you and you start concentrating less on the ball and more on the hit, you're done in the league.
And another thing, everybody keeps talking about the 2013. There's 2 things that we cannot replicate that come from that 2013 team. You said one of them was the left side of the line, with Evan Mathis being an all-pro. I don't know if he was all-pro that year, but I know he was damn good guard.
They didn't get hurt. All 5 of them played the entire season.
And the number one thing to me is speed. You can't equate. We don't have any speed. We don't have speed to the extent of Deshaun Jackson or the elusiveness. Don't get me wrong, I like the Giants, but he's not a LaShawn McCoy at that age and that LaShawn led the NFL.
No, listen, they can turn it down the field. I'm not saying that any offense can turn it down the field. You call the right plays. You get it out, you get quick slants, you get runs, and 3-4, and then somebody breaks for 11, and you inch your way down, and you get the clock running down, you get the time of possession. That's how they're going to have to win.
Yeah, but then eventually they're going, like you said, if we're running the ball with 3 running backs, they're going to pack it in. Can Foles make that throw deep? Can he hit somebody?
Well, I don't know if he has to make the throw deep. He has to get rid of it quick. He has to hit the hot receiver. If there are 8 in the box, there's going to be a tight end that can slide through.
Yeah.
He's got to use the tight end, and he's got to use the short out and quick slant.
You're right. And Jimmy Clemson, and then on top of that, what you said about the defense, I'm not sold on Jim Short, but I haven't been all year, and people are just telling me, oh, it's a shutdown defense.
No, it's not a shutdown defense. It's a good defense. It's not a shutdown defense. And their cornerbacks are not playing at the level that they used to play at. It's just simple as that. Their cornerbacks are get beat repeatedly now with simple moves too. And they got beat with a simple move against Dallas for the game-winning touchdown. Simple double move, boom, trip jack, boom.
Yeah, there was that corner that got beat.
Post.
Everyone's favorite player was Sewell Douglas.
Sewell Douglas, who has had a rough year, to be honest with you. But they did get Sidney Jones on the field. Man, all the hope for Sidney Jones. They're not going to play the playoffs, but they did get him on the field. And he fell for a double move once.
You don't think he's on the field come playoff time?
Yeah.
I mean, he fills up that roster spot for Joe Walker.
No, he's not there. They can't use him.
They give that spot to someone else now?
They can't use him in the playoff game. Chris in Warrington, you're on 97.5 Fanatic. Chris.
Hey, thanks for getting me on, Mike. I appreciate it.
What's up, Chris?
Hey, I hear what you're saying. I'm not here to say that, look, it's real easy to be either on your side of the equation or on my side. So my side is this. Number one, last 2 weeks, about 15 degrees, breezy. The next 2 games in that stadium, if we get that far, nobody's throwing for 350 yards. I don't care about double moves. I don't know if you saw that play where Prescott tried to press it down the field. He couldn't throw the ball 40 yards. He doesn't have a light arm, neither. I get the whole Nick Foles thing. Look, I'm as scared of what's going on with him as you are. But I personally think there's ways to get around this. And playing in our stadium, 15 degrees, maybe real feel 0, it's not going to be a slugfest of 30 points. I looked at the game with the Panthers. They had 7 points in the fourth quarter the other day. The other team, which is one of the playoff teams, looked hideous. The only team that really scares me in the first round is the Falcons. Because if they're on their game and the weather's amenable just enough for that guy, the quarterback, Matty Ice to play, who I don't like, but then maybe they can put some points on us because we are susceptible to really good wideouts.
How could you not like Matty Ice? How could you not like him? I don't get it.
What's that?
How do you not like Matty Ice?
What's Matty Ice won?
Well, he got to a Super Bowl, didn't he? Have you ever seen his numbers? His league?
Do numbers win Super Bowl?
Well, your team's got to be good enough to win a Super Bowl, and unfortunately for them, they blew it last year. But they're pretty damn close to winning the Super Bowl.
And didn't Matty Ice have something to do with that? He couldn't make a single play in the last 30 minutes of the game?
Yeah, I think you shortchanged Matty Ice. If you look at his career numbers, he's,
Look, I know he's put a lot of numbers up. I'll give you that. That's why I'm saying they're the one team that scares me if we get them in the first round. I think we get to the second round. It's going to be Minnesota, and it's going to be like a 13-10 game because I'm not afraid of Dave Keenum. I don't care what his numbers are.
Yeah.
I mean, we got a pretty doggone good defense. 10 points, 6 points. Both teams played their number one offense, and Dallas played everybody, and we had 5 or 6 of our best defenders. Not even playing.
All right, listen. The weather, I think you need to forget about it. And just because the last couple games of regular season, when some teams have been uninterested, do not perform that well in cold weather, doesn't mean that in the playoffs they're not going to perform well in cold weather. These are professional quarterbacks who have done it for a long time in this league. They've played in cold weather before. Drew Brees is the Big Ten's all-time leading passer in NCAA football in the Big Ten, playing in cold weather. All right, now I know he's played in the Dome for a lot of years, but you think cold weather is going to phase a guy like Drew Brees on his way to the Hall of Fame? Or even Matt Ryan, who can throw it. You know how many yards Matt Ryan has thrown for already in his career?
In his career?
In his career, what do you think?
How many years has he played?
He's played, this is his 10th year.
Shoot.
30,000?
41,796, which if you're at 260 touchdowns. Now, if you're looking at numbers, those are Hall of Fame caliber numbers. And if for some reason people don't like them, I never got it. Anyway, a couple of open lines. I want to hear from the people. I want to break through this thing. I really do. Because I have put all the cards on the table. And my cards on the table are these. I'm no fool. I know that about 75% of your success in the playoffs, with a couple exceptions that have happened over the years, 75% of your success is due to the quarterback. Currently, the quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles does not look very good. But does it mean they're done? No. And here's why I think. Because I have enough faith in this coaching staff to be able to see the shortcomings of this quarterback and have 2 weeks to work through it with a game plan that would put less stress on the guy and make it easier for him to move the football down the field in conjunction to a solid defense. Number 2, I hope like hell that it's the Carolina Panthers who come here. Because in my view, Cam Newton is the only quarterback susceptible to being flimsy right here at Lincoln Financial Field. Now, those two things happen, and the Eagles win. That we're talking about an NFC title game against Minnesota, where the same rationale could be involved. Hold the Minnesota Vikings down scoring-wise. They're not a great scoring team. A good defensive team. And you win by inching past them, where you don't have to score 30 points to win like you would have to against some other teams that we would play, including the Rams, maybe even the Falcons, and certainly the New Orleans Saints. 610-632-0975. Herb in Philly, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. What's up, Herb?
Listen, man, that's all I want to say. Everybody keep going about this Nick Foles thing and this quarterback issue. There's more people than just Nick Foles on the team. You got 11 men on offense. Somebody's job going to take all the controversy off Foles.
Who?
Who's
going to take? Who's more responsible to winning a game than the quarterback?
It's not just all the quarterback. If they win, who will take?
I'm asking you a question. I want to hear you map it out for me. You said there's more than Nick Foles. All right, who is it?
You got quarterback, you got wide receivers, you got tight ends, you got defense.
Well, but Nick Foles has to get the ball to the wide receivers and the tight ends.
I understand all that. Only thing I'm saying is you got to get behind
I want you to be realistic. Forget getting behind. I'm trying to hear. We got to get behind him. Wait, no, but that's not going to help him. We get behind him is not going to help him. All right? What's going to help them is what they study in the film room. You being behind them is not going to matter a whit to them. But with all due respect to you, they have to believe in themselves. They can't go on the street and see a guy like David from Philly or Herb from Philly say, I'm behind you guys. That doesn't do anything for them.
You're absolutely right. That's why us as a whole, get behind the team as a whole.
That's what I got that down. All right, listen, Herb, I got you. But you understand why the fans are thinking the way they're thinking, right?
Did we get a little warm earlier?
Okay, all right. Now, I want to know in your heart of hearts how you feel.
No, not in here.
I don't know. I mean,
Realistically, about their chances. I want to know.
Your son is getting on my phone.
50-50? That's it?
50-50, not no 12, 8%, 18%.
Well, I don't think anybody's saying 18%, but 50-50 is not giving me any confidence either. That's a coin flip, you're telling me.
That's what this is what the season ended up.
Come on, Herb. I thought you were bashing in positivity. You're giving me a coin flip.
Realistically, you're right. Keep me watching football.
Everybody's going to watch football. Come on, Herb. Nobody's going to run for the hills. Everybody's going to be watching the game. Everybody's going to be invested in the game. Everybody's going to be rooting for the Eagles in the game. You think the stadium's going to be loud? Of course it's going to be loud. Everybody's going to be behind them. They're going to know that the fans are behind them. They're not the fans are going to be in there going, oh, dear. There's going to be 65,000 Eeyores in there. There are going to be people that are all sudsed up and they're ready to rock. It's a matter of whether you believe they can do it or not. And if you believe they can do it, how can they do it? I thought I've laid out how they can do it. I'm not one of these guys that says they can't do it. They can. It does not mean they're done because number 9 played like crap on Sunday. David in Philly, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. David.
So I split my season ticket with another fella, and a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about the playoffs. So I flipped the coin. So obviously I flipped the NFC title game. So last week, my wife and I and the kids booked a trip to Florida.
All right, you're mumbling a little bit. You canceled a trip to Florida.
Playoff,
right?
For the NFC title game,
right?
Time
I took the NFC title game.
And last week, for that same weekend, we booked a trip to go to Florida for that weekend.
So in other words, you're giving up on the NFC title game and you're going to Florida. All right, so And what do you want from me? Do you want absolution or like what?
I want to know. No, you said about 75% of the time it's the quarterback.
Yeah.
So just give me like the 2 other times examples off your head when it's not the quarterback.
Well, it's not the quarterback when the defense is dominant.
Right. It was the Ravens, 2000. But this is not that defense.
Well, I agree with you.
Okay. They're done.
Now listen, I'm trying to write down and paint a picture of how they can win.
Like 2018, Hunt City Boston, but they're done.
All right. Well, you're going to Florida, so what do you care? Enjoy the sun. What can I tell you? Where are you going in Florida?
Palm Beach.
Well, I hope it's freezing cold. How's that? Bastard. You have that little faith. You don't think it's going to be an NFC title game. I thought you want to go to Florida. All right, it's logical. It's a good replacement.
Come on, man.
But if they do play the NFC title game and you're in Florida, they're not going to feel
no
too
way,
good to you
man.
down there.
Staying with him.
You're only drink an awful lot of umbrella drinks. Forget about the fact you're missing out on an NFC title game.
Hopefully, you can sell those tickets too.
Oh,
gotta make some money.
I'm sorry. Are you kidding me? They play an NFC title game?
That trip to Florida's not cheap.
Also, 610-632-0975 is how you get in. I'm surprised at the people today. I thought we would be overrun with telephone calls. But you know, the call volume has been low in the 3 o'clock hour, and I think it's because people think that they're done.
They got their tails between their legs.
They really do. And, you know, I'm trying to say, no. Me, of all people, I'm as honest as they come. I understand what the odds are right now with this quarterback because you don't believe in him. But it doesn't mean they can't do it. And I think I've mapped out a pretty logical scenario where they can actually play the Minnesota Vikings in an NFC title game and maybe even win that game. 610-632-0975. We're back at
Not his game.
The Eagles finished the regular season 13-3 and have the #1 seed in the NFC. The march to Minneapolis is underway with a nervous fan base looking on. We're talking Eagles playoff football on 97.5, The Fanatic.
Mike Miss here. Let me tell you about the helpful people at Selective Insurance. They're going to be sponsoring Fanatic playoff pregame shows this year. Selective provides home, auto, business, and flood insurance solutions to individuals and business owners. You know, insurance is something that we all need. We hope we never have to use it. But if you have a loss, especially with this cold weather going on, you never know what's going on with your house. You want an insurance company that's going to be there for you with customized solutions and quick response. And that's what Selective is all about. Talk to the elite group of local independent agents who sell Selective. They understand your needs. They'll work to find an insurance company that can provide the coverage you need at a price that works for you. So if you want a company that delivers customized protection, 24/7 access, best-in-class claim service, and a superior customer experience, just visit Selective.com and find an agent near you. And thanks again to Selective for their support. At Selective, response is everything. Find an agent, again, online at Selective.com.
Real cases from the files of Schwartz Culleton.
My name is Pani. I was a supervisor and good at my job until I suffered a head injury due to a defective product at work. After the accident, I was just not getting better. Then I called the attorneys at Schwartz Culleton. They filed a product liability lawsuit and handled my workers' compensation claim. All the while, they helped arrange treatment with the best doctors. Schwartz Culleton fought hard and got me a large cash settlement. Without Schwartz Culleton, I don't know if I ever would have won my claim. Now I refer all my friends and family to Schwartz Culleton. Schwartz Culleton got me justice.
If you've been injured at work, get justice. Call 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. 1-800-JUSTICE. Don't let the insurance companies take advantage of you. Call 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-JUSTICE.
Everyone knows two-time U.S. Olympic pop stunner Alana Myers-Taylor is fast. But she isn't just fast when she's racing. No, Alana's fast no matter where she is.
I like fast.
When she gets her car washed, she rolls the windows down so she can sneak in a shower and do laundry at the same time. She once wandered into a speed walking competition and won the whole thing by mistake. That's just the way she is. So it's no surprise she has Xfinity, which gives her the fastest internet and the best in-home Wi-Fi experience. Plus with Xfinity Mobile, a new kind of network that's included with her internet, she can get up to 5 lines of unlimited nationwide talk and text at no extra cost, so all she pays for is data.
That's what I'm talking about.
Get started with Xfinity TV, internet, and voice with up to 100 megabits per second download speed for $89.99 a month and enjoy the same rate for 2 full years with a 2-year agreement. Plus, see how you can save by adding Xfinity Mobile to your internet. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY or visit a store today. Offer ends 1/7/18. Restrictions apply. New starter Xfinity plans. Equipment taxes and fees including PTD and RSN fees extra and subject to change. After promo, regular rates apply.
Do you work in any of the trades? Do you want more cash in your pocket today? Then go to Armor Metals and Recycling, where they'll pay you top dollar for all metals, wires, motors, computers, peripheries, and more. Armor Metals.
How his ratings drop? Oh, that's crazy.
Container service and loading dock with scale for large palletized shipments. Armor Metals and Recycling is one of the few facilities
You just dropped his rating.
for exotic metals like carbide, cobalt, and nickel. Can't make it to Armor Metals and Recycling? No problem. Look at you. Get paid on site with Armor's weight and pay mobile.
What are you doing?
For a minimum of 500 pounds of non-ferrous metals. What are you waiting for? Get paid cash today for all metals, wires, motors, computers, and more at Armor Metals and Recycling. Located at 8300 National Highway, right Pennsauken High School in Pennsauken, New Jersey. 856-665-5715 or ArmorMetalsRecycling.com. That's ArmorMetalsandRecycling.com.
There's a place in Pennsylvania where the aroma of freshly baked bread takes you back to a kinder, gentler time. A time when families still come together to enjoy a handmade tomato pie. When traditional recipes and fresh ingredients combine for an authentic taste. That time and place still exist in Corporal's Bakery in Baltimore since 1984. The Corporal's family has enjoyed their freshly baked breads, rolls, cookies, pies, and more. And of course, the world-famous Corporal's generations of pride, including over special cakes and stromboli. Take yourself back to a better time at Corporal's Bakery in Delaware, where nostalgia isn't just a word, it's an ingredient. Learn more at Corporal'sBakery.com.
This is Jeff Mosher.
Oh man, we need this win.
Pro football each and every Saturday at 10 a.m. right here on 97.5 The Fan. Jeff, my boy, the NFC is stacked, and even with that number 11, the Birds are still on top of the heap. And getting to the big days will not be easy. Can Nicky franchise fill a very big pair of cleats and get this team to end a 57-year tour of the football desert? Anyone challenge New England and Pittsburgh for AFC supremacy? Was that a catch? Can we have an incomplete pass without a flag? And will you stop reaching for that pile?
Yo, they dropped my man ratings now. Yo, this is crazy.
With other top-notch gridiron guests as we roll
92 damn.
right up to Super Bowl 52. We'll do some dreaded picks, Jeff. Remember some football greats are where are they now? More than most candies. That's true. Don't miss a minute of This Week in Pro Football every Saturday from 10 a.m. to noon. Right here on 97.5 The Fanatic.
X1 will change the way you experience TV. Track live scores right on your TV and easily switch between games with the Sports app.
97.5 The Fanatic.
Desperation Mode. I'm Natalie Eganoff. The Sports Center update is brought to you by Staples. Staples has low prices on everything your business needs to clear the clutter this year, like bankers boxes, file folders, and storage bins. Less mess equals more success. Visit Staples.com for more. Staples is pro time.
So, Willie.
Playoff game will be Saturday, January 13th at 4:35 p.m. Wild Card Week will determine the opponent. It'll be the New Orleans Saints, the Carolina Panthers, and Doug Peterson spoke today on putting Nate Selfeld in a playoff game.
No. This is how
It goes right here. Sorry, makes me mad. Put it on there. Now let's go.
Philly weather is 24 and sunny, brought to you by GNC. Meaning your new start something that really works. Top quality vitamins and supplements are buy one, get one free.
No more
GNC.
snacks for you.
348, Mike Vassell Show, Tuesday. You heard Doug Peterson's presser. He interacted for it because that was ridiculous tweet where he said, I just got texted by Doug Peterson. He tells me Nick Foles is my guy. That's significant. Oh yeah, you really busted that one wide open. It's like he uncovered a scoop. Well, the point, what's the coach going to say? Well, the point of the tweet was during the press conference when somebody asked if they would go to Nate Sudfeld. He basically said, well, I mean, it's a one-game season at this point. If it comes to desperation, we might have to. And then he followed up by texting Ian Rappaport.
So Ian Rappaport has to pat himself on the back by saying that's significant.
It was a big scoop on it. His sources are telling him.
Ian. These guys tweets now. I don't know, but things are bugging me.
What else you got?
I'm watching the Eagles game. Doug Secchi's campaign used to be a good campaign. It was interesting man. Well,
yeah, now they got a new guy.
They changed to the new guy. It looks like an ugly Michael Phelps. And then, now what is the point? And maybe I'm missing something. Why would you put Rob Riggle in that commercial now?
Thank you.
What is Rob Riggle? What is funny about freaking Rob Riggle that he's everywhere? And he's sticking in what used to be a decent ad campaign.
Did you see that he was doing New Year's Eve stuff too on Fox?
No.
Yeah, Rob Riggle, front and center, man. I don't know what this guy's done, but also
you know, I caught New Year's Eve a little bit. I caught Anthony Cooper with Andy Cohen. What you talk about awkward? That was the most awkward broadcast I've ever seen.
Go, man.
I saw this
For the swing.
but I didn't have the volume up, so I couldn't hear it. But I loved Anderson.
Everybody loves Anderson, especially chicks. Chicks love Anderson Cooper. But he was so awkward with Andy Cohen. Andy Cohen felt like Andy Cohen kept begging for acceptance. And Anderson Cooper was like blowing him off, and like you could tell Anderson Cooper didn't want to be there at all. It was just so awkward.
Well, I mean, him and Kathy Griffin had that chemistry.
Hey, one. Let's go.
He just didn't get, into the vibe yet.
That's why you got to go with the Steve Harvey and Fox crew.
I didn't. They should see.
I read a tweet that said Steve Harvey was dressed like a villain from Batman.
Yeah, white, big white cream color.
Yeah.
Long coat.
I need to find out what he does with that mustache, man. That thing's perfect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? He's got the perfect stash.
When you find out, Andrew, let me know, because I'm curious, too. John in Northeast Philly. John, you're on 97.5 Fanatic. John.
What are you doing under there? Let me tell you.
John!
Okay, be there.
Hello, hey, Mike, how you doing?
Good, John. How you doing?
Good. I got a question. Back to the stuff on Torch. Let me ask you. If he kept the death ball, right? Doesn't that change the entire complexion of what we think of Nick Foles? Because he might only do that one drive and we're all coming good, right?
He would have done one drive, but you have a point. He threw a couple decent balls his first drive. I thought, all right, he's looking okay. And then that happened. It kind of derailed the whole thing. But his judgment is so poor. I mean, going out of the pocket and throwing that thing up for grabs. I mean, who does that?
Right.
He's been in the league for 7 years, the guy. I mean, how do you make a mistake like that?
I mean, what's he even doing in the league? Is it just about the speed? I mean, he couldn't take the cold.
Well, I'll tell you what he's doing in the league. He got 27-2, and then he got a couple of jobs out of it. But he'll eventually be out of the league. Oh, he'll lose his backup status somewhere along the line because he doesn't have anything.
Yeah. Well, I honestly believe it. I think WP wanted to get us some confidence, and I think that would have did it, but whatever not.
Well, then he should have played in 3 quarters.
Yeah.
We want to get us some confidence playing 3 quarters. The only thing I can think of is he knew he knew that they're going to play different in the playoffs, and he didn't want to show anything, and that's why he got him out of there.
All right. Finish your fingers, Mike. Thanks for my time.
All right, John. I got you. But there's always Nate Sudfeld. I watched the college games last night. I hit both of them. Gotta be honest with you. I rolled Tide, even though I hate Nick Saban, like I hate athletes' blisters between my toes.
What?
That's a new one.
Oh, I hate him. I just hate him.
That Oklahoma game was fantastic.
I put him, my hate list would be where I could just go up and smack somebody. He'd be there with Bill O'Reilly and I forget who else.
So is he the #1 sports figure that you despise?
I couldn't stand it. When Jason was my producer, I would say, I used to actually cover. I worked for a newspaper where you had to cover guys like that. And
if I covered Alabama, I would literally be in a fist fight with that guy every day. In which case I wouldn't.
Well, what about?
I wouldn't be on the
Don't you
media
like?
anymore. He's a demeaning, snide creep, is what he is. He's a miniature version of Bobby Knight.
What would you say about Bill Belichick then?
Bill Belichick is charming in his grumpiness. Saban's mean.
The charming grump?
Saban's just a mean-spirited creep. And so is Greg Popovich. They're just mean-spirited people.
Hey, if they're my coaches and they're winning, I love them.
Well, I'm sure people in Alabama love them. 6-1, I knew I would lose that game because he bitched so much about Alabama deserving to be in there. Do you think he was going to have a game plan preparation wasn't going to be adequate enough to beat that team? He demolished that team. Mike Missinelli Show, 97.5 Fanatic.
You want Eagles talk? I think I'm entitled We're Talking Birds. This is Philadelphia's football station, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Well, it's time to make those New Year's resolutions again, and the one thing I recommend is to take a look at your auto insurance policy to see if your family is properly covered. Here's a fact. Uninsured drivers are causing crashes throughout the region. And my buddy and personal injury lawyer, John Crisco, and his partner Mike Sale, they urge you to be proactive. Protect your family this year. Because in PA and New Jersey, the state minimum auto insurance, you're only going to get $15,000 if you're injured by a careless driver, right? You might be only able to recover that small amount no matter how serious your injuries are. So Crisco and Sale recommend buying as much uninsured and underinsured insurance as you can to protect you from bad drivers. If you have insurance buying questions or have been seriously injured in an auto accident, just contact my lifelong buddy John from Crisco and Sale at csinjurylaw.com. They're a nationally recognized and award-winning team of personal injury attorneys. For over 30 years, they've been protecting accident victims in Pennsylvania and South Jersey. So to maximize your recovery, visit their website. It's csinjurylaw.com.
If you are an architect, engineer, mechanical contractor, or building owner, you should get to know the Bradford White Magnum Series commercial water heaters. Bradford White Magnum Series commercial water heaters incorporate features that result in greater durability, more reliable and energy-efficient performance, exceptional installation, flexibility, and cost savings. No matter what you call for hot water, there's a Bradford White commercial water heaters solution for your business properties. Visit BradfordWhite.com today for details. Hello, sports fans. Ron Jaworski here to talk about my friends at KDI Office Technology. When it comes to office equipment, my business is needing the best. That's why we use KDI Office Technology. From solutions to service, KDI is second to none. They're local, dependable, and have been servicing the Philadelphia area for 28 years. KDI is the experienced and responsive team my business count on. KDI is also the official and exclusive office technology provider for the Phillies, Flyers, Union, Soul, and 97.5 The Fanatic. And that speaks of volumes. Our office equipment needs to handle demanding print volume with no downtime. KDI Office Technology keeps us running at peak performance, and I'm confident they'll keep your business operating 24/7 as well. Contact KDI Office Technology today for a free technology assessment. I guarantee
you get out of here.
Just visit www.kdi-inc.com. Click on the picture, of course. That's kdi-inc.com.
Do you work in any of the trades? Do you want more cash in your pocket today? Then go to Armor Metals and Recycling, where they'll pay you top dollar for all metals, wires, motors, computers, peripheries, and more. Armor Metals and Recycling has a tractor-trailer accessible large 6-acre facility, magnet service, 70-foot truck scale, 2 non-ferrous scales, container service, and loading dock with scale for large palletized shipping. Armor Metals and Recycling is one of the few facilities with analyzing capabilities on premises for exotic metals like carbide, cobalt, and nickel. Can't make it to Armor Metals and Recycling? No problem. We'll come to you. Get paid on site with Armor's weight and pay mobile service available for a minimum of 500 pounds of non-ferrous metal. What are you waiting for? Get paid cash today for all metals, wires, motors, computers, and more at Armor Metals and Recycling, located at 8300 National Highway behind Pennsauken High School in Pennsauken, New Jersey. 856-665-5715 or ArmorMetalsRecycling.com. That's ArmorMetalsAndRecycling.com.
There's a place in Pennsylvania where the aroma of freshly baked bread takes you back to a kinder, gentler time. A time when families still gather together to enjoy a handmade tomato pie. When traditional recipes and fresh ingredients combine for an authentic old world taste. That time and place still exist at Corpelese Bakery and Deli. Since 1924, the Corpelese family has been sharing their favorite foods and flavors with their favorite...
You done being crazy?
Huh? You make Big Mac. Yeah, whose leg is it? Nobody knows. You get out of here, you stinking foot. Here. Artisan Tracks has broke it. A broke axe? Yes, you broke axe. I broke axe.
This is Jeff Mosher here with Pat Callahan to talk a little this week in pro football each and every Saturday at 10 a.m. right here on 97.5 The Fan. Jack, my boy, the NFC is stacked, and even with that number 11, the Birds are still on top of the league. Getting to the big dance will not be easy. Can you franchise for a very big get this team to end a 57-year tour of the football?
And they're still in the attic. Did you?
Was that a catch? Can we add an
Probably underneath something. They're out there like
South Antonio will join us to help answer those questions, Pat, with other top-notch gridiron guests as we roll through the crowd right up to Super Bowl 52. There's some dreaded picks, Jack. Remember some football greats running out.
Teddy Bear is too big.
That's true.
You lost all my stuff because you're playing down there in my ornaments. I am sad at you. What? Dev, there's a box in the kitchen or in the living room. Can you get it for me to put these ornaments in?
Pick me up.
Go ahead, Dev. Come on.
I want to go.
Darnell what?
He's always dropping out from Paradise Online at NSBC.com. The Philadelphia area, dazed and confused about the playoffs, and they got a stew in this now.
There's one in the living room too. I think I need that also. No, no, be quiet.
Because the stewing means that they have to transform the football down the field.
The dramatics with this kid are unbelievable. What's wrong, Booty Hill? Debbie did not poke you. Give her a breath. Poked her eyeball? I'm sure he didn't mean that. Huh?
So you got Bill Walsh and two guys who played in the league.
Sure.
And they can't come up with something that,
Hey, Dad, let me get your charger to the controller.
The what?
Your charger to get your controller.
And take it off. You're hurting me.
Move! Football fan. And I'm not living in reality. I don't live in the factors.
I don't need your help right now.
But just listen, man. The Eagles are sorry that Carson Wentz was there. He's a heck of a quarterback. He's definitely a good quarterback in the future. But I'm just being honest, man. The Philly fans, the reality of it is the Eagles ain't going nowhere. Nick Foles, Mike, you hit it on the nose. He's not that good. Now, don't second guess yourself, right? Don't try to.
Listen, I've said he's no good.
Listen.
In fact, I was the first one in this town to even say he was no good.
And I give you a lot of credit for that. I give you a lot of credit for that. I'm being honest with you. This is the big boy.
But see, even though he's no good, that doesn't lock them out of winning against a certain team. If they play Carolina, I fully expect them to win.
Carolina defense is going to overpower Nick Foles. If it's Carson Wentz, Carolina don't have a shot to win that game. But you talk about Carolina defense.
I know the defense, but again, you got a quarterback on the other side who's very erratic, who can throw it up for grabs, turn it over.
Cam Newton is definitely erratic, but the reality of it is he's been there. He's been there. He knows how to.
He's been where?
Where's he been?
He's been to the Super Bowl.
Yeah?
He's been to the NFC.
Yeah, all right. I got you.
I'm just saying then you got Drew Brees, then you got Minnesota Jason Keenum. He don't really scare me, but I'm going to tell you why they won't never. Minnesota defense is too good. Too good. But make a long story short, I'm just being honest, man.
Because I want it that way. Guess what? I'm the boss of dinner.
Oh, what happened?
Me.
You evaporated.
Dinner boss.
My man went.
Oh, he got a little excited. Right? He dropped it.
Who's the dinner boss?
Oh, he did? Oh, yeah, he dropped it. Listen, I'm not even thinking of the AFC. My brain can only go a little at a time. So my brain right now is in first gear.
Oh, come on, man. Y'all gotta be good.
Right? The brain's in first gear. And first gear is the anticipation of whether they can win game one.
You're in bye week mode right now.
No, I'm in first gear. It's a thought process. It's not bye week. Bye week means you sleep. I'm not sleeping.
Bye week's in neutral.
My wheels are churning still.
Jay.
The car engine's on, it's just not in gear.
Like this. I don't want him in it. Hold it like this. Get off that box.
Analogies.
By the way, let me ask you a question. I got my car wash today. I go to this car wash. This guy can't be any nastier. You walk in there and is it too much to be friendly to somebody who's going to get your car washed in your joint?
No.
Huh?
Customer
this guy
service
is like service with a sneer with this guy.
What did he say?
He doesn't say like, what do you want? I go regular wash with wheels, $11. Give me $11. Window up. I was like, dude, can you give me a smile?
He's
You're
not
not like a
having a
thank
happy
you?
New Year.
Was he busy?
Like this? He's like, no, he's not busy. This guy's the nastiest guy. I've been going to this car wash now for like 3 years.
Maybe he doesn't.
It's right around the corner from me. He doesn't know who I am.
He might.
No, he's a foreign guy. He has no idea who I am.
You don't know.
No.
See, now that's a bold move getting the car washed today. It might snow again on Thursday.
Oh, I know, but listen, to the great people of Mercedes-Benz, I can't have this salt eaten away at the brand new car. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I did. I took a trip to Virginia and back that was covered with white ash. I had to get that off for the good dealership.
How was the drive down to Virginia?
The drive was wonderful.
My car's covered too, and I had to buy wiper fluid because I think mine froze.
Yeah.
So actually tonight I have to go out.
Well, guess what? You got cheap wiper fluid and it froze because it's supposed to have alcohol content. It's not supposed to freeze.
When it was snowing was when it stopped working.
Do you maybe not have any left?
Did your vent freeze? Like did the hull freeze?
I don't know.
That's probably what happened. It's the squirt. The thing it squirts out of probably froze.
That's what I thought. But
it's probably ice over the opening.
But there's none in there today.
Oh, you need more fluid.
Yeah, I bought it this morning.
Don't buy cheap fluid. A lot of people will water that down.
So the $3.99 gas station stuff probably isn't the best.
No, sometimes it is, sometimes not.
I'm just gonna throw it in there and see what happens.
Taking a shot. Kevin in New Jersey, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Kevin.
Mike, please do me a favor. No more Steelers fans today. I'm too aggravated. I'm too frustrated. I can't deal with that nonsense today. Please.
With the what?
No more Steelers fans. Please.
Oh, okay. All right. You got
it. To listen to this nonsense.
You got it.
All right. So, having said that, we're on that mentally. So, I'm trying to find a way. You want to know how we win a game. So, get this. I don't believe it, but I'll give it to you. Number one, you need one good scoring drive out of the offense. You need, 78 yards, 7 plays, 6 minutes, and a touchdown. One. You need a series of other nice runs. 2 first downs, 3 first downs. 1, change field position. 2, maybe get in field goal range a couple of times. And you're going to need something from either your defense or your special team. We're not going to score enough points without them. You need a pick six, you need a punt return, a block. You get to 20 points, and your defense has to keep it less than that. And they could, okay? And now that means Nick doesn't turn it over, he doesn't throw his own fit. I mean, all that other stuff has to go right, I know. But that's the only, I don't believe it, but that's the way you get to the next week. And I'm trying to embarrass myself when I'm not doing a real good job.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not in a mode where I don't think it can happen. And there's a lot of people out there that are just going, it's over. I'm not at that level. I really believe that they can beat the Carolina Panthers, and I don't think they would have to struggle that much to beat them. I think Cam Newton would deliver a victory.
And that's my point. That's how you get there. Like,
Oh my gosh,
you're going to have to get a pick six. You're going to get
basketball practice.
We can't do it on our own. We're going to need help. And you're right.
Yeah. I just don't trust that guy. I love his talent. I just don't trust him.
I hear you. But I do think we're pulling on strings a little bit here. We can win. I understand that. I just don't hold out very high hopes. But I'm not walking. I'm going to watch.
Well, of course we're all going to watch. We're all going to be excited. And we're going to be talking about this game. And in fact, I am going to be doing. I'm so excited. And normally, you know, I like to have
this is
myself.
not for you. Stop
But this is a
grabbing.
Saturday game.
Stop running everything.
I am going to be part of the pregame show team. That's right, breaking news. I was asked if I would consider being part of the pregame show, and I gladly accepted.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Looking forward to hearing it.
So live from Xfinity?
Live from Xfinity, me B West.
Very exciting.
Yes. DeLon.
Trey Thomas probably stopped by.
Trey Thomas, yeah. Yeah. I'm excited. I'm pumping up the crowd.
You're going to let us know that Nick Foles is the guy?
I'm not going to be Mr. Grinch. Rock and Philly, you're on 97.5 Fanatic. Rock.
Hey, what's up, Mike?
What's going on, Rock?
I just want to address the negativity you're surrounding. The last time I checked, Nick Foles does not have to play against whatever quarterback he's playing against. So, yeah, the quarterback may be a little better. We got Cam Newton, we got we got the Rams, or...
Yeah, well, they're all a lot better. Not
wait. Okay, they are better. Let's just say that. All right, go loud. Okay, fine. But last I checked, they play against the defense, not the quarterback. So, yeah, just like he makes bad passes, so is other quarterbacks. No quarterback in this league is not without picks. So y'all make it seem like it's just he has no shot. And let's just look at these games. For as bad as people have been saying Nick Foles, I don't actually see it. He's behind the sticks every single drive, first and 20. Once we get first and 20, you can just chalk it. He's not that quarterback. But let's not just put all the blame on Nick Foles. We've seen him make throws in this league. We've seen him win plays good enough.
When's the last time you saw him make a great throw?
We saw him make a great throw. That throw to Smith was a great throw. That throw, wait a minute, that's your question.
Yeah.
The throw to Aguilar was a great throw.
All right, so he's made 2 good throws.
How many, when you look at a game, how many great throws do you have? Most quarterbacks don't have to make all of the plays. It's not all of the plays.
Listen, I see what you're trying to do here. But to artificially pump up Nick Foles.
I'm not
Yes, you are. He stinks. He stinks. And they're going to have to win with him stinking.
Okay.
All right, I mean, that's the bottom line. Let's cut to the chase.
Mike, listen, you put too much of the onus on the quarterback.
No, I don't. Not in the playoffs. In the playoffs, your quarterback has to win games unless you have some amazing defense. It's the bottom line. Stop trying to deny it. And he stinks. And I tried to withhold that for all show. He stinks. They're going to have to overcome the fact that he stinks. All right?
I thought you weren't going to be the Grinch at that pregame show.
They're going to have to shine up a tarnished brass spittoon. That's what they're going to have to do.
What?
And the longer the spittoon's been tarnished, the harder it is to shine it up. And his spittoon has been tarnished since 2013.
By the way, your pregame show will be at Sugar House.
There you go.
Next Sunday.
Be at Sugar House.
And Michael Bradley will also be there.
Michael Bradley will be there? Well, that's too many people. I'm out.
You're off?
Yeah. Too many people. You can't have 5 people there. I was invited there because I thought there wasn't going to be many people there. Now I'm out.
You can't bail
I'm
now.
going to share a microphone with 4 other people. There's not enough microphones to go around.
You guys can share one. Have the headset on together.
You can't throw LeBron on a squad with 4 shooters. Might help.
Coos. I got coos.
Let's go to Jeremy in Media. Jeremy, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Jeremy.
What's going on, Mike?
What's going on, Jeremy?
Not much, man. Hey, I'm just sitting here listening to your show every day. And I was just going to give you the opportunity to pick up 39-year-old overweight intern.
Excuse me?
I'm looking for a job, buddy. Tell me I'll work for you.
Yeah, I listen. I would love to have you, but our station policy is now that we don't have interns anymore.
That's a huge loss. I know, man. I work hard for you. Anyway, I'm just going on listening to your show.
No, I would love to have an intern, man.
And I think you do a great job. And I'm actually sitting in line to pick up my kid. And I just appreciate you coming on.
Well, I appreciate your kind words there, man. You know, Stephen A. Smith, when I worked with him, didn't have an intern. He had someone on his payroll that took care of his stuff. Her name was Samantha. Beautiful young girl. Bring him his laundry.
Wow, really?
Yeah, it's food. Oh, she'd roll in every day before we were ready to do the show. She'd with hangers worth of suits and stuff, and bring in this special food.
Are you gonna have suits?
What?
Are you gonna have suits now?
I'm not gonna have suits.
You just want your creamer.
That's all I wanted to drink. Well, somebody take it and give me some coffee creamer. I'm happy. Austin in Media. Austin, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Austin.
Mike, Happy New Year, man.
What's up, Austin?
What's going on? So in this land of negativity, I'm here for some positive reinforcement. And I'm going to break it down like this. So out of the three possible opposing quarterbacks, you got Drew Brees, you got Cam Newton, and you got your boy Matty Ice, right? Mm-hmm. Those are the three possible opponents. All right. So career in the playoffs on the road, they played 10 games total. Out of those 10 games they played on the road, all three of them combined, they played 10 games. How many playoff wins do they have on the road? I want you to...
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me. It's a specious statistic.
What does it matter?
It doesn't matter because teams are... I was gonna tell you why it doesn't matter. All
right, tell me.
All right, it's because teams are different every year. So whatever record they carry on the road is not carried with the same team. And it also doesn't take into account who the opponent is. So when you're playing, you will agree that the Eagles are the weakest opponent anybody can play in these playoffs, right?
I disagree.
Well, how in the world do you disagree?
Carolina's weaker. Carolina's weaker
than the Eagles with Nick Foles at quarterback? Carolina is weaker with Nick Foles at quarterback. Carolina is weaker. Then how come the Eagles are the underdog in every team they will play in Las Vegas? They're the underdog.
Is Vegas always right, Mike?
Yes. Yes, Vegas is always right. They're 99.9% correct all the time. What have you been looking at?
10, one game. That's all they won. Eagles are going to the Super Bowl.
All right. I mean, listen, I'm glad you feel that way. I like a rah-rah every now and then. But that's stat. It's a meaningless stat. So and so is 0 and so in the playoffs on the road. You're not playing the same team. You gotta account for the opponent. All those factors go into it. That's it. That doesn't carry over a stat like that. Big E in Dallas. You're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Big E.
Mikey Mike, how you doing?
What's going on, Big E? How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. Hey, first-time caller, 7-year listener from Dallas.
I appreciate that, man.
Love your show, man. Your show rivals anybody throughout the whole United States.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
I moved up here from Dallas. I married a girl from Philadelphia. She wears her Eagles gear. I wear my Cowboys gear. We got a really nice household on Sundays. It's really
nice. I'm glad you guys get along swimmingly.
Hey, let me tell you something. To all those naysayers out there, let me tell you something about Nicky Foles. Mm-hmm. Nicky Foles is from Austin Westlake High School in Austin, Texas.
I know, he broke Drew Brees' record, blah, 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 blah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
okay, all right, hold on. He's a third-round draft choice. He played in the Pac-12, okay? Mm-hmm. You guys have the best tight end, in my opinion, in the NFL in Zach Ertz. Bar none, okay? Mm-hmm. You take Zach Ertz,
You take Nick Foles, you take Ajayi, okay? Your defense with Fletcher Cox. You guys, and notwithstanding the fact that you've got the hardest environment in January to play in. Imagine one of those teams, the Panthers, the Saints, whoever, come rolling in here, and it's 11 degrees outside, okay? The Saints, they're a dome team. Panthers, they're playing in the South. The Vikings are in a dome. Those guys, those players, are not going to like coming in here playing at the link. They're not.
How did they like it in 2013 when the Saints came in when it was cold?
You know what? That was 2013.
They're better today than that team today is better than that team they brought in here in 2013.
But let me tell you something. I love Carson Wentz. Bar none, he was the best quarterback in the NFL this year. He should still get the MVP in my opinion. But I'm telling you, you cannot throw out the fact that those teams are going to have to come in here and play the Eagles.
It's an overvalued entity, the cold weather. It sounds good and it looks good on paper. Well, dome team, they're cushy, but they played 8 games in the dome. They played 8 games out of the dome. I assume 4 of those 8 were in cold weather cities. So every guy on these teams that play in the dome did not play in warm weather their entire life. A lot of them came from colleges that had played in cold. A lot of them are from the Northeast. A lot of them are from Wisconsin. The cold weather is an overvalued advantage for the Eagles. Drew in Willingboro, New Jersey, you're on 97.5 Fanatic. Drew.
Hey, what's up, Mike?
What's going on, Drew?
Hey, you mentioned earlier, you were saying the guy, somebody called and was saying 40 times to run the ball would be too much. But, Mike, honestly, I feel like I think we not putting enough pressure on the Eagles for them to force them to run the ball. Because even if they see an 8-man front all the time, it's like, with the running backs we have, it's like, come on, man. If a guy only gets 11 carries and Blunt only has 8, and my man Clement only has like 3 carries, that's a but you know how coaches, Drew, you know how coaches coach. If the running game with 8 in the box, if they're not successful, what are they going to do? They're not going to keep running the football. No coach does that. But this is my thing, Mike. How the hell can you not be successful with Jay Ajayi, LeGarrette Blunt to run the ball? And that's ridiculous. You know what I mean? It's like, what
do you think? It's like instant success that those guys run the football? They're defensive personnel that's on the other side to stop that.
Man, to me, it's just like, man, a 13-3 team should be able to run the ball in December.
These guys aren't tanks that can go through battalions here. Battalions.
But Mike, let's be honest here. That's what the Eagles were trying to do from the jump, was set up a dominant running game.
Listen, Drew, I agree with you, but there are 2 things you're overvaluing here. Number 1, the ability of Ajayi is if he can't be stopped. All running backs can be stopped. If you put 8 in the box, they're not going to go anywhere.
Right.
And if you get stopped consistently, they're not going to keep running the ball because coaches have a game at stake here. They've got to try. They got to adjust on the fly. They got to come up with different plays. They're not going to stick to the run if it's not working.
Understandable, but this is my thing. If we wake up after that playoff game the following morning and Ajayi only had like 10 carries, I don't think we can put that blame on football.
Yeah, well, he's going to get more than 10 carries because he's been getting more than that every time.
say, what? Huh? Mommy. What? I said. You take that. Take that. Take that, pumpkin head. Take that. recycling go out Tuesday night?
Sit down right. Leaving the kids in here? Make sure we got a shirt. Pick that up. Pick that up. Pick up all your toys and put them in. My hair's flicking up there. No plates. You get an average.
Can you stop saying that to me? It's starting to piss me off. Stop. This! I'm not in the mood for this. I'm not. Every day.
You Isaiah.
Tell me what it is, Jay. What? What do you need? Huh? Well, ask somebody else. Stop it. Mommy. Mom, do this. Mom, do that. Yeah.
Decision making and efficiency is going to determine the
They're pretty good on fourth down, so I don't know why that would be a factor. And fourth down going forward in the playoffs is a little different than fourth down going forward in the regular season. You need to keep that in mind. So he answers his own question. It's 17-13, the Eagles stop Drew Brees. First of all, there's no way that the New Orleans Saints are only going to score 13 points at that point in the game. I mean, that's to me, it goes without saying. I mean, this is a team that has put up a 52 spot this year, a 47 spot, 31 twice, 34 once. They score points.
Were they against good defenses? I mean, you got to give the Eagles some credit.
Let me just see, like what these are. All right, they put up 34 against the Panthers. At the Panthers early in the season. Put up 52 against the Lions. That's no big thing. 26 at Green Bay. I think Rodgers was still playing then. 30 against the Buccaneers. 47 against the Bills. At Buffalo. November 12th. I know it wasn't icy cold, but I'm sure it was chilly. 31 again against the Panthers. 31 against the Jets. And I guess that's about it.
So they put up big points against some decent teams.
Yes. And they're going to score a point. It's not going to be 17-13 in the fourth quarter. In other words. Aaron in Norristown, you're on 97.5 Fanatic. Aaron.
Michael, happy New Year to you.
Come on, you too, Aaron.
Thank you. So, I got to have optimism because I can't go in there negatively. I'm not going to tell you that Foles is going to be leading us to victory, but you'd like data to feel optimistic. Here's some data. This team has not given up more than 13 points at home since WP took over. That's a fact. That includes teams like Pittsburgh and Atlanta that rolled in here last year when this team wasn't as good as it is this year. Number two, when Breeze rolled over in that playoff game with Ingram as his running back and Darren Sproles instead of Kimura, he went for 250 yards and 2 picks when he had the ball the majority of the game. He does not play well in cold weather. We got to hope that happens. Number three, we got to hope the coach plays to the strength of this team. He's got to run screenplays. He can't be throwing deep balls on first down. He's got to go second and manageable, third manageable, and it's a winnable game against a team like the Saints, in my opinion. I want to know why teams like the Steelers, like the Falcons, and like other teams that roll here can't score more than 13 points in our building. I put faith in our fan base. I put faith in our defense. I put faith in our coaches that we win that game, we get the NFC Championship. And then I want to see Mr. Keenum roll into this building after his putrid performance against the Packers in the cold and try and throw for more than 150 yards against our defense.
All legitimate points, except for Breeze. I think this Breeze thing is overblown because he plays his entire college career in cold weather.
Let me answer your question, Michael.
So, like, what did he do? Forget how to play in cold weather? What?
Well, let me answer your question. Was our defense better in 2013 or is it better now?
Well, I don't know. Is it better now? Really? Do we lose some faith in this defense a little bit? Don't you think?
No, I think.
No, they can't. They're not. They haven't been able to cover you in the past 3 games.
Michael, I'm telling you, Breeze will not throw for more than 250 yards at best. He comes in here.
This disrespectful to a Hall of Fame quarterback that he suddenly can't play in the cold. He's going to turn into the Whisker Witch in the East and melt. So. That's the way you want to look at it. That's optimistic. The way you get your optimism, that's fine and dandy. I wouldn't want to play Drew Brees here. And the fact is, they're going to be a heavy underdog if they play Drew Brees here. 2 lines are open. 610-632-0975. Sutan.
Hey, Jay.
Yes, bro. You're on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Yeah, how you doing? Yeah.
Did he bring no mortars in? Can I get one? Can you give it to Isaiah?
This first round, I really don't see him getting past this first round. I just don't see him Foles as a quarterback going toe-to-toe. Because these other teams are going to score points. I just don't see him, with him.
Except for maybe the Carolina Panthers who could, give the ball away.
But I just think that he's stagnant. With Foles, and he just seems to be stagnant. And even with the Rams game.
Well, I agree with you. What I'm saying is the other team has to help you out. And the team capable of really helping you out, in my opinion, the Carolina Panthers.
Thank you.
Well, if that's the case, then the defense is going to, they're going to have to step up. And,
but you know how goofy this guy is. He gets on the run, he starts to launch something down the field. That's an interception. That's how you intercept Cam Newton, because he's a goof. He throws off his back foot half the time for reasons that are inexplicable.
Well, I mean, if they can keep it a low scoring game, then maybe. But if Cam is able to make some, because he can play. I mean, when he's on and when he's hot, he's hot. And if he can do that, then it's going to be a problem. But I still feel I don't think we're going to get past that first round.
Well, I don't think the people are optimistic. I think you're hearing the exact opposite today. I think more people are agreeing with you than not. But he just said Cammy has thrown for, what's the highest he's thrown for this year? $294. He won a lot of games with throwing under 200 yards. It tells you their defense is good. Their running attacks, they get more out of it than they normally get.
And Jonathan Stewart.
Yeah,
all of a sudden he found new life this year.
Found the youth on Jonathan Stewart. Steve in Delaware, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Steve.
Hey, what's going on, Mike?
How you doing, Steve? Good, how you doing?
I don't know what's going on right now with this blind optimism. It's kind of making me sick.
Blind optimism? Where do you see blind optimism? It's the other way around.
I'm listening to some of the callers. You have the one caller.
It's like 2 out of 100, dude.
I'm going to get to it. I'm going to get right to it. This is my optimism that Nick Foles can be more than what he is. 4-11, 39 yards, and interception. I don't see anything about Nick Foles doing anything where we're going to make it out of the divisional round. I don't care who comes in here. Every time I see him behind center, the offense just cannot operate. Like, I can't see no drives that are continued. I can't see, nothing. No drives. I can't see.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I'm agreeing with you for the most part. What I'm saying is, in a very small window, if they have to play the Carolina Panthers, I think they can win the game.
I don't think so. I don't think so at all. Because the thing is, what's going to come down to is going to come down to the quarterback has to make plays. And you have to keep drives going, and you have to score points. Nick Foles hasn't shown it.
Unless the other team gives it up and gives him short fields. You can't bank on it, but you've seen Cam Newton do it in the past.
But what I'm saying is your quarterback needs to play good.
He definitely needs to. My point is this. Cam Newton gives it away at midfield. It's easy for Nick Foles to play from the 50 than it is for him to play at the 20. It's easy for that offense to move the football, inch it down, maybe, and you're almost guaranteed a field goal if you're starting your drives at midfield. So Jake the Snake, who I have to give credit to because he didn't need the sweatpants to go out on the field with to keep his toes warm, like Donnie Jones did. You wonder why I hate kickers.
Donnie Jones, bag of bones.
This guy with two. Not only do he have to wear sweatpants on the sidelines, when there's blazing fires and heated seats, this guy's gonna wear sweatpants. That he has the cool dudes to wear them. A, B, that he's so into the game that he forgets he's wearing them.
Well, he had to be so in the game. He punted how many times? 50 times that game? Foles and Sudfeld can't get the first down.
Maybe he couldn't feel his legs.
What about Jake Elliott? He didn't do anything.
Those heated seats are for that. You ever sat on one of those heated seats?
I have not.
Yeah, they're toasty. They warm you up real nice.
You got one in your Benz?
I do have heated seats.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, they're really nice. AJ in West Philly, you're on 97.5 Fanatic. AJ.
What's up, Mike?
How you doing, AJ?
I'm good, man. I'm glad you on this trip. Just for all the fans out there. Nick Foles is a flat-out bum, okay? That's it. That's the bottom line. There's not no more lines after the bottom line. Now, I feel sorry for the guy because in that draft, I knew we was going to grab a quarterback. I can't sit here and remember who was the quarterback that was starting for us. But I said, I know we need to get a young quarterback. And guess who went 11 picks ahead of Nick Foles? Russell Wilson. And I always tell my homeboy, we should have traded up. I was hoping that he slid, but you trade up 11 spots in the 4th round to get a Russell Wilson. You see how big of a difference that would have been, Mike?
Yeah, there were a lot of questions about Russell Wilson. There really were. Listen, when they drafted Foles, I watched the Pac-10, and I said he stinks. Right, from the moment they drafted him, I said that's a waste. But then he went 27-2, and all those people start hammering him.
Forget 26, because this quarterback's right there. Nick Foles came out of the draft right now. He would not be the number one overall quarterback. He might even be in his first or second round. The key is, Mike, I always say, every year, even when you got your franchise job, representation, you always still draft a quarterback. You watch these bowl games, you get a guy in the late rounds. Imagine, Dak Prescott was a 4th round draft pick. Kirk Cousins was a 4th round. You go in the 4th, 5th round, you get one of the quarterbacks that was winning games on a good program, and you get him as your backup. So you don't have to have no guy that can't throw. Nick Foles out in the hood, we call it king.
Yeah, well, this is water under the bridge now, bro. I mean, you can't complain about them selecting Nick Foles. They did, and they got him back, and they thought he was a good, adequate backup, and now you got to live with him. in this Pac-12 thing, is it have they proven that they're the softest ass conference in America with that bowl record? Oh, it's ridiculous. And Andrew, I know we get South Pal coming up, but I didn't hear you play the Penn State fight song, did I?
No one cares.
Sorry, I must have missed that.
No one cares. They won in Fiesta Bowl. You know that?
I thought you were you watching?
I watched it.
I thought you weren't a big Fiesta Bowl guy.
No, I'm not. I don't care that they won the game. But Saquon Barkley goes out on a really good note. And the shame of Saquon Barkley, he's going to end up with the Cleveland stinking Browns next year in the draft.
Number 1 overall pick.
He's not going to go number 1 overall. They've got the 5th pick too, so they'll grab a quarterback and Saquon. But without further ado, I mean, let's get to this man's perspective here, because I'm curious. Now we got to wait 2 long weeks, and now the Eagles are in the lab and they're trying to do some things with Nick Foles, and they're studying the 2013 film and this and that. And he's the man who covers the NFL, and he was bundled up this weekend. I saw him. I think he went live shot with the wool cap. He is Sal Paolantonio, ESPN's finest. Sal Pal.
You know it's bad when I have the wool cap on.
Yeah, it must be cold, bro.
Yeah, it is, because, I don't want anybody touching my hair.
I love the cap. The wool cap was a good look, though. What brand was that cap?
That was ESPN special.
Oh, that was an ESPN cap.
Right out of the ship store there in Bristol, Connecticut.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, yeah, that's gold-plated, approved by Disney Corporation.
All right, sounds good. You look good.
I got a little discount on it, too.
All right, good. Let's talk about the confusion that...
Not much of a discount.
Really? Well, they give you 10%?
I get 30.
Ah, that's almost free. All right, in any event, let's talk about it, because the people are confused here. And the people, the general consensus is that they have no chance. I've been trying to convince them that they have a chance under certain parameters. And one is the preparation that they're going to put this quarterback through in the next couple of weeks to take advantage of his strengths. And the second provision is that it has to be the Carolina Panthers that come in and they hope Cam Newton, gives them some goofy plays and turnovers and whatnot. But how are you feeling right now about the Eagles' chances?
Well, I think there's a lot of things going in their favor, actually. I think the most important thing is that the 2 weeks off, I think it'll give guys rest. It gives them a chance to recalibrate their emotions. It definitely gives them a chance to take a fresh look at the team, do some critical analysis, change some things. You can change things. 2 weeks is a long time. I was very, very encouraged by what I heard from Doug Peterson today. It was about 3 or 4 points in Doug Peterson's press conference that I thought were important, very important, because this is a critical moment in the career. I'm going to say it. This is a critical moment. I'm not using this word lightly. This is a critical moment in the career for a lot of coaches and players on this team. And you could go down the list. It's not too tough for you and I or anybody listening to this show right now, stuck in traffic somewhere, to come up with a list of 10 to 12 people on this team who are at a critical juncture. What they do in the next 2 weeks, how they prepare for this game and how they play in this game will determine their future in many respects and their legacy in many respects. So I was very encouraged by a few things. First and foremost, I love the fact that the Players' Council went to Peterson and told him they want to practice in pads. That was very important, I thought.
Yeah, I kind of appreciated that. It's, I like it.
It sent the message, right? It sent the message that the team understands what's at stake, and they got to practice in pads, even though in most cases they wouldn't. So they'll practice in pads at least one day each week leading up to this game. It says that the players are taking ownership.
Okay, what else?
Well, I think number 2, and Derek Gunn asked the question of Doug Peterson about the up-tempo offense that Nick Foles was successful at during the Chip Kelly era. And this is something that you and I discussed last Tuesday, if you remember.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they have to bring some speed to the offense. get the ball out of his hands quickly, allow him to distribute the football, allow the defense to substitute. All of those things where you can dictate matchups through tempo. Because right now they're not dictating matchups through much else. They're not dictating matchups through design or formation variation. They certainly aren't dictating matchups through superior talent. You know, there comes a time in an NFL season, usually weeks 14, 15, 16, and 17, the final quarter of the season, and in the playoffs, right? Where you're just not showing anything different. Teams have studied the film on you, and you've seen everything that an offense is going to give to you. So the element of surprise is gone. There's nothing that says, you know, what we are coming at you with is going to scatter your defense and destroy your morale right at the beginning. Like, sometimes that can happen. But when it gets late in the season, unless you got a Julio Jones or a Tom Brady, or dare I say a Deshaun Jackson, because you go back and look at the matchup in 2013, Deshaun Jackson was a huge difference maker in that game. He set up the final touchdown, falls to earth. It was Deshaun Jackson screaming down the sideline right in front of the Eagles bench, and he threw that pass interference penalty. It was a 40-yard penalty. And he was a difference maker with a superior matchup just through his talent. Eagles don't have that tempo, and I think what Houston is that they're going to take a hard look at that and incorporate some of that going forward in the next 2 weeks. I thought it was important.
All right, now you watched the games like everybody else did. I know they wanted to maybe get in the groove with their offense. They pulled the plug on them in the first quarter. Maybe they pull the plug because they don't want to show some of the things that they have to do here with this up-tempo thing. But what did you think of Nick Foles, and what do you think of him now? And can he rebound?
Yeah, those are huge question marks. And, you know, like I said, this is a critical juncture for a whole lot of people. And it starts with Nick Foles. And, Mike, you know, it doesn't take much for you to look at those games and say, where's the confidence in the quarter? Where's the confidence that the quarterback has in his own game, right? He looks like, I mean, you hate to say it, but he almost looks like a shot fighter, doesn't he, a little bit?
He does.
I'm sorry. I mean, I don't mean to be overly critical of the young man, but he just seems like he's lost his fastball. Yes or no?
Yes, absolutely. And when people say, well...
Anybody who listens to this program right now would agree with us. And it's not being overly harsh, I don't think. Is it?
No, it's not. Because, you know, going back to 2013, it's different now. It's obviously different. He's not... He had success then. He doesn't look like he's confident in his abilities at all now.
Right, and you've been in enough athletic contests on the field of play enough, and so have I. When your leader doesn't have confidence, man, oh man, it permeates the huddle. It leaks out to the rest of the team. That balls start to get dropped. You get a hang-dog look. Confidence is contagious, and a lack of it is more contagious. It's a sickness that grows, and so I think it's really incumbent upon Foles to walk the walk as much as he has been talking the talk.
Well, I agree with you. Now, about the running game, and we have a lot of people suggesting the Eagles are going to need to run. But he's a shotgun, almost exclusive quarterback. So I don't know how successful they've been running out of the shotgun with guys like that. But I assume Ajayi has to be a bigger part in this playoff game.
He said the execution in the run game has been poor. And when you say that,
it's right to the
ball. Coming off the last week of the season, and you're on the doorstep of going into playoffs as the number one overall seed in your conference, that's a wow moment. That's a holy wow moment. You never expect that out of a coach. It's such an important part of what they need to do. And for him to say bad execution That's a slap at everybody on the offense. That's not just the running backs. That's the offensive line. That's everybody. That's the timing set up by the quarterback. That's everybody. So that's something they got to work on and get right. There's no question about that. Because, it goes hand in hand. The problem is that Foles is averaging about 5.5 yards per attempt. That's last in the league. That's below Deshaun Kaiser and Joe Flacco. Flacco was at 5.75 yards per pass attempt going into week 17. Kaiser was just behind him. And Foles is last. So when you have that, when you're not stretching the field at all, guess what? Everybody's sniffing around the line of scrimmage. The safeties, the linebackers, they're just looking to unload on McGarrett, Slut, Jay, and Giant, Corey Clement, because they know the ball's not going to be thrown behind them.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so what can you say that would provide some kind of optimism that this fan base can take? They're not optimistic right now.
I think rest, 1. 2, you have a chance to self-scout and make changes. I think 3, it's very difficult for a team to win a game and then come play in the divisional round a team like the Eagles in the Philadelphia Eagles environment of Lincoln Financial Field. The place is a menacing place. Listen, not for nothing, Mikey. I went out to Oakland and Giants Raiders, right? Black hole, right? Come on. Black hole kindergarten compared to Lincoln Financial Field. I stood in the entrances to those tunnels and heard those fans and what they say to players. Under no circumstances could I ever repeat them at all on this radio station or anywhere else. I wouldn't even repeat them in public. I mean, it's bad. There's only one place where the bus gets egged on I-95 when it comes to the stadium, and that's Philly. So, I mean, it's a menacing place. The team will have rest. It's hard to come off a playoff win and then go on the road and play in Philly. I think all of those. And then last but not least, Jim Schwartz is going to have this defense. Malcolm Jenkins, Jimmy Jernigan, they're all men. Nigel Bradley, the whole group, Brandon Graham, they're going to have this defense hunting for red meat. And I think that's a big plus.
Well, they better, because that's what they have to rely on. At this point, it's the only thing they have to rely on, I think, consistently. Sal!
For us to play the game of who's better, in Panthers, all that. Obviously, you don't want to play the Saints. You just don't. For 3 major reasons. Breeze, Sean Payton, and they've got a young, violent, fast secondary that will eliminate, I'm using this word specifically, they will eliminate the Eagles wide receivers and tight ends. I've seen them and what they can do.
Where will you be this weekend?
ESPN has been very, very good to me, Mikey. I'm going to Jacksonville. I'm going to Buffalo, Jacksonville. I'm going to get a little trip to Florida. Mike, I'm like the Eagles. I got to recalibrate.
Yeah, well, enjoy this 70-degree weather. Should be nice. And I assume you'll be back at Lincoln Financial Field for the...
Absolutely. I wouldn't miss it for the world.
You got it, bud. We'll talk to you.
All right, talk to you.
There he is, Sal Paolantonio, ESPN's finest. I think you're around asking whether ESPN was going to lose another employee to the Oakland Raiders. But it looks like that's happening.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that that's probably what the case will be. There's sources inside ESPN.
Part owner. I'll tell you what. He fell up in a pile of doo-doo and came up smelling sweet, didn't he? God bless him.
How about that Monday Night Football now? We got to figure something else out.
There's an opening. I want it. I want you.
You're going to do it?
You could get even more boring with Sean McDonough and someone else.
Sean McDonough and me. Come on. You like it?
That's not a snooze fest. I'll watch.
I'll be excited. Here's Nat, Sports Center update, and a little taste of today's programming. Back to your call table, please.
97.5.
Playing
for Success. I'm Natalie Eganoff. The Sports Center update is brought to you by Rosenbaum & Associates. For car accidents, slip and falls, work accidents, and more, Rosenbaum Injury Law can help. Find out what Rosenbaum can do for you if you're injured by an accident. Remember Rosenbaum. The Eagles will play their first playoff game Saturday, January 13th at 4:35. The Carolina Panthers or the Atlanta Falcons. Doug Peterson spoke today on the plan for success.
You know, everything at this time of year now becomes magnified even more now that you're going into the postseason. So we got to make sure that we're doing our due diligence as a staff to put our guys in a successful position.
The Sixers have announced Markelle Fultz has been cleared to begin his final stage of his return to play program. The Penguins are in town to face the Flyers. Listen live on the Fanatic at 7. Philly weather, it's 24, brought to you by GNC. New year, new start. Start something that really works. Top quality vitamins and supplements are buy one, get one 50% off at GNC.
Today on the Fanatic.
Brought to you by Family Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. When you're more than a customer, you're family. Visit FamilyAutos.com.
Mornings with Anthony Gargano.
Adam Catlin. I'll be very interested to see if they even consider starting Nate Sudfeld in the playoffs. How in the world can you have any confidence in Nick Foles after you've seen him the last 2 games?
Middays with Harry Mays and Jason Martinez.
You want to be overly excited about being in the playoffs, but yet there's this feeling of dread. I'm trying to convince myself that it's not as bad as it looks.
The Mike Missinelli Show.
A lot of people are saying, well, Mike, you got to run football. Yes, you do have to run the football. However, when you have a quarterback who is gangly, and because of that fact cannot take snaps under center, you're not going to see him take balls under center, which would fuel the Eagles' running game more. So the one shot they have is to orchestrate an offense where he gets the ball out of his hands quickly. They did not show that against Dallas. Why? Because they didn't want to show the rest of the league what they're going to be doing with Nick Foles.
Listen all day, every day to 97.5 The Fanatic, the voice of the Philly sports fans.
This is at the NFL. This isn't Eagles related, but you got me kidding me. The Bengals just extended Marvin Lewis for 2 more years.
That's amazing. They have a low expectation of success in Cincinnati, apparently.
I wanted to do some research for Marvin Lewis after I found out the news. He has a career 125 and 112 record.
Yeah, well, he's popular as a player. Players like him. Apparently, they don't really play for him. But
yeah, back-to-back losing seasons, 0-7 in the playoffs, and he only has 6 winning seasons.
It's the biggest mystery going on in the NFL right now.
Yeah, he surpasses Jeff Fisher probably.
Right. All those years Jeff Fisher kept the job. South Pop, by the way, was brought to us by Univest Bank and Trust Company. Whenever you're in business or whatever you need to succeed, choose Univest. Banking, insurance, investments, financial solutions for your business. All right, let's take some phone calls as we get towards sound off here. Mike and Marlton, you're on 97.5 Fanatic. Mike?
Mikey Miz, what's going on?
How are you, buddy? Happy New Year to you, Mike.
Good, man. I love listening to you in Southtown, man. You puts it right on perspective. The Eagles, there's a lot of things that are
y'all gotta stop
good
this.
factors that they have. There's a couple
He's like
weeks
an
to prepare.
80-something% free throw shooter.
They gotta put in 2-3 tight end sets.
And he makes that.
They gotta have a good run game. The defense has to play well, and they're gonna need some takeaways. I mean, I don't want to play freaking Drew Brees in Philly. He can still go down and field in less than 2 minutes to score a touchdown with throwing the ball. Their team is different this year. Obviously, they run the ball more, and they do have quick corners and safeties. I mean, I'm a realist like you. I see things, but
See, I'm not comfortable with New Orleans coming here. I'm a lot more comfortable with Carolina coming here.
Yeah, Drew Brees has got experience. Sean Payton, they've been there before. They know what it's like. These guys, but I still have faith. Like, we went to the Oakland Raiders game on Christmas Day. 10-10 at halftime. I still knew we were going to win the game, even though we looked like absolute you-know-what. We couldn't move the ball, couldn't do anything, but we made a couple plays. And that's what I think that Nick Foles is going to have to make 2 to 4 plays
to win the game. He's going to have to step up in that pocket.
See, I don't know who he's going to make him to, though. This is the problem, because Sal, put it out there. You've got to have talent players that make some plays for you. Is Alshon Jeffrey right there as much of a threat as we thought? The other guy is non-existent, and they haven't gotten the ball to Aguilar in the last couple of games either.
Smith, where is he at?
That's what I'm saying. The other guy's non-existent.
Well, then it's going to have to be Ertz and Burton and Mac Hollins. They're going to have to step up.
Mac Hollins. I'm not counting Mac Hollins stepping up.
I know. I'm not counting on him either, but he's maybe a player or two. He can. You're Nelson Aguilar. Maybe he's going to bring his A-plus game.
Yeah, there's nobody that I'm looking at okay, who can help Foles make a play? Right now, there are very few guys I can count.
Well, the thing I saw live is that he had 3 or 4 opportunities where the whole middle of the field, he could have ran for 6 yards and then split, and that was on second down, then it would have been 3rd and 2.
Yeah, he's not running anywhere. Come on, man. He knows how that looks. Ryan in Green Lane, you're on 97.5 Fanatic. Ryan.
Hey, Mike, Happy New Year.
You too, buddy.
Looking at the game coming up, either the Panthers or the Saints, I'm not really optimistic about either one of them. What concerns me, I know everybody's throwing out stats for the defense, like Caller said, they only gave up,
Get in there, let's go,
points
boy.
at home, but the majority of that you can throw out the window because really the quarterback and Carson Wentz complemented the defense by converting on 3rd down and pushing the ball down the field and setting the defense
Absolutely
up.
right. Absolutely
So
right.
that really concerns me, and especially, the past couple of games. I know they haven't really meant much, but Foles has proven to not being able to convert on 3rd down. We see it time and time again, the backpedal and throw the ball away or take it back. And I agree with what you're saying. It's unfortunate that they don't have any playmakers. Jeffrey, he hasn't really proven much to be a playmaker. He's a good possession wide receiver, but they don't have the guy like Julio Jones or Michael Thomas or Kamara, any of those guys that can really stretch the field.
See, that's why I'm even afraid of Atlanta coming in here. The only thing I'm not afraid of is Carolina. Atlanta comes in here, I understand they're the 6th seed, but they're going to put points up. They got weapons that can score. And so you're going to have to chase them scoring, and that worries me about Nick Foles having to chase points.
Right, and even what concerns me too is our linebackers. If the Saints come in here, and even McCaffrey, they do a couple of the screen passes or dump off to the running backs. Those linebackers are not in the best of condition. I don't think they're going to be able to keep up with those guys.
All right, but that's my only hope. They play Carolina. I'm holding on to that. Tino in Bordentown, you're on 97.5 Fanatic. Tino.
Mike, man, what's going on, man?
How you doing, Tino?
I'm over here fuming, bro. Please let me get the floor, Mike, please.
Go ahead.
My God, I gotta listen to all these people calling all day on 97.5 acting like Case Keenum is Dan Marino, like Drew Brees, who's 40, and freaking Joe Montana. Did we not see Peyton Manning went to a Super Bowl a couple years ago? Did we not see Eli get carried not once, but twice by his defense? We saw wait. Did we see Eli get carried by all kinds of great pass rush, not once, but twice? And we see Brady twice, but we're worried about Drew Brees and Case Keenum?
Are you dude? Hold on a second. Hold on 1 second. First of all, you know that Peyton Manning was helped by one of the great defenses the league had seen in a while.
Yeah, but he's safe.
All right. But what I'm saying is, Denver's defense was more dominant than what the Eagles are. You can't compare that. And how in the world do you put down Drew Brees, a Hall of Fame player?
Mike, he's 40.
What does it fly? He's 38 years old. He threw for 4,334 yards with 23 touchdowns and 8 interceptions this year with a passer rating of 103.9. What? He stinks?
Mike, if he was so great, why did they draft 20 running backs in the first round and run the ball the whole year?
Well, so they ran the ball effectively, but Drew Brees completed 72% of his passes and threw for 4,300 yards. And his yards per attempt led the league, 8.1. You better look at some stats before you're going to make a point, Holmes. Coming up in 5 minutes, sound off, right here on 97.5 The Fanatic.
The Eagles finished the regular season 13-3 and have the #1 seed in the NFC. The march to Minneapolis is underway with a nervous fan base looking on. We're talking Eagles playoff football on 97.5 The Fanatic.
It's Mike Miss here. Let me tell you about the helpful people at Selective Insurance who will be sponsoring our Fanatic playoff pregame shows this year. Selective provides home, auto, business, flood insurance solutions to individuals and business owners. You know, insurance is something we all need. We never have to use it, we hope. But if you have a loss, you want an insurance company that's going to be there for you with customized solutions and quick response. And that's what Selective is all about. Talk to the elite group of local independent agents who sell Selective. They understand your unique needs and will work to find an insurance company that can provide the coverage you need at a price that works for you. So, if you want an insurance company that delivers customized protection, 24/7 access, best-in-class claim service, and a superior customer experience, visit Selective.com and find an agent near you. And thanks again to Selective for their support. That Selective response is everything. Find an agent near you at Selective.com.
If you're injured in an accident, you need an attorney you can trust. With 54 5-star reviews, you can count on Rosenbaum & Associates. Jeff Rosenbaum has been serving our community for over 2 decades, providing the support and personal attention you deserve. Need a doctor or transportation? Rosenbaum can help. With a long track record of success, Rosenbaum & Associates guarantees if you don't get paid, they don't get paid. If you're injured, remember Rosenbaum.
Everyone knows 2-time U.S. Olympic bobsledder Alana Myers-Taylor is fast, but she isn't just fast when she's racing. No, Alana's fast no matter where she is.
I like fast.
When she gets her car washed, she rolls the windows down so she can sneak in a shower and do laundry at the same time. She once wandered into a speedwalking competition and won the whole thing by mistake. That's just the way she is. So it's no surprise she has Xfinity, which gives her the fastest internet and the best in-home Wi-Fi experience. Plus, with Xfinity Mobile, a new kind of network that's included with her internet, she can get up to 5 lines of unlimited nationwide talk and text at no extra cost. So all she pays for is data.
That's what I'm talking about.
Get started with Xfinity TV, internet, and voice with up to 100 megabits per second downloads for $89.99 a month and enjoy the same rate for 2 full years with a 2-year agreement. Plus, see how you can save by adding Xfinity Mobile to your internet. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit our store today. Offer ends 1/7/18. Restrictions apply. New starter and exceptional plans. Equipment taxes and fees including UTV and RSN fees extra and subject to change. After promo, regular rates apply.
I was okay.
Next game, I dropped 7 threes, 25 points.
I'm looking at averaging on 20 points a game this year.
My playing level just...
The Doom's key, right? I don't believe in the same tactics because I really truly believe he wants to be in the 2K, and I think that he would do what he has to do it. But his situation troubles me even more than Swanton, because Swanton, I believe, he knows he's insane. He just doesn't care. He knows I ain't got it all. I'm a little tipped off, and I'm just gonna stay tipped off because I got 126,000 subscribers being tipped off, and I really don't care. So okay, cool. Like Book said, if that's all you want to be as a YouTuber, and you good job, bro. You're doing the right thing. You know, fine. But this kid, it bothers me a little bit more because he literally said to me in the tweet. No, he didn't say it to me, bro. He said it to Grant Paranjabe, the freaking general manager of one of the teams. He told the guy, he said, man, so you telling me I gotta clean up what I do for something that's not even guaranteed? I said, man, that's like saying, oh, I gotta dress up to go to a job interview and you might not hire me? Pull up a tie. Yes, fool, you gotta button up your shirt. Yes, fool, you need to pull up your feet.
It might be a bigger issue here. It's kind of like these guys have had job experience.
Yeah, and Gideon Prime said, he made that comment on the video, and he was exactly right. He said, B, you gotta realize that a lot of these guys have not had fathers. They've not had anybody to teach them the right from wrong. And I believe it was either Spatial Jones or FBH. I can't remember which one it was. Is that the same one? Yeah. Okay, thank you. So he responded on Twitter and he said, ever since I was, I forget what age he said. He said, somebody taught me how to conduct myself. Well, that's the thing. Everybody hasn't had that. Everybody has not had somebody to teach them how to conduct themselves. And sometimes there is a legitimate desire to do good things, to do better. Things, to step up, but you just don't know how. And that's kind of, and you're a prisoner of this weird thought process. You know, and like Caswante said something in his video, I'm educated. I got 2 degrees. I've worked jobs.
Oh, man. There's a difference between working jobs and understanding how the world works. And I think that's the key difference. I think a lot of guys, and we're going to talk about some of this maybe when we get to our fatherhood show going into next year. You know, when you have somebody who, especially as a minority person of any status, whether whatever any minority knows that these rules really wasn't made for you, right? And so there's a certain way that you need to be to succeed in life, right? Like there's no shortcuts to success, right? Either you're gonna work hard and be dedicated or you're not. People that take shortcuts don't have the character to stay where the shortcut got. So eventually they get caught, right? And so everybody doesn't have that same understanding. But if you don't have that understanding, then that's where I talk about when you need to find some mentorship. And you need to find somebody that's involved in these worlds and in these levels that can help you find your way through. And I think a lot of us that have been successful, that come from some type of minority background, had somebody that pulled our coat and said, yo, bro, whether it was our dad or somebody else, hey, you can't do that, really. This is how you do it. And he that had ears to hear, let him hear. So the people that want to hear, Brian is giving you a roadmap on what not to do. Now, some people feel that was unfair to Swante, but he put 2K draft me in his hashtag.
That's the thing that's like the silly part of it is that he put out that video and put draft me and then got mad that you used that video to evaluate his skills. Bro. And it's a 7-hour video. But the problem I had with it though, because that's just foolishness and that's just silly. But the fact that, and you know, I hate to say this even out loud, but he called you a creep, right? And this is the thing today. Whenever a black person disagrees with another black person, automatically the other black person is the enemy in a racial. The irony is that the whole point of us discussing this topic is because we're trying to help you guys make money.
Yes.
That's this whole show. You work for Forbes. Zara works for 2K. I work for Marvel Comics, Disney/Image Comics. Like, we don't need to get into 2K either. We don't need to be taught how to work for sponsors. We don't need to be taught what it's like to sit inside of a third-party licensing. You know what I'm saying? This is knowledge you guys don't have that will greatly help you if you feel you are skilled enough and have the kind of teamwork-oriented personality and have the intelligence to be able to fit in to what 2K is trying to do. They recently, we're going to talk about this topic, Maury recently talked about how the 3 biggest sports going forward are going to be soccer, basketball, and esports.
Yes.
You guys are on the ground floor of this right now. And 2K is the first esport, the true esport that's actually based off of sport. Uncharted territory. But you have to understand the distance from you being in your basement, playing 2K, cursing up a storm, saying anything you want, making your friends laugh, getting your 5 to 400,000 subscribers, doing your thing. The distance between that and sitting across from a rep who's directly speaking for a guy who makes $100 million a year is a short distance. It's like really, really short distance. Now, I've been there. I've literally been there, drawing pictures in the basement, talking to the head of Marvel. Bam, just like that. You know what I mean? So when we tell you this, it's not to tame you or to censor you or to, like, one thing me and Mazika disagree about a little bit is I understand that there's an age gap and that older people who've learned these things are always going to look at the vulgarity of the younger age and be like, man, that's wise. And I get that. And I'm willing to allow for that. Even though I don't necessarily, it's not my vibe, it's not how I roll, it's not what I enjoy. But I'm willing to allow for that. If y'all getting with your friends and y'all, you know, smoking and drinking and having a good time, y'all say what y'all want, it's all good. That's how y'all relax. That's what your channel represents. That's perfectly okay. But you have to understand where that begins and ends and where professionalism begins. And how you holding on to those values and letting it be bigger than what it is, letting it be more important to you than it should be, will be the thing that keeps you from succeeding, along with not working hard as our influencers. That will stop you. And us telling you that is not us being your enemy. And that's what these guys have to understand.
Yeah, I don't think we disagree at all. That's exactly how I feel. I mean, I'm not judging anybody morally. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, that's a whole separate thing. You do what you do, man. You do what you do. But this here